Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Man, people stealing your decks and then blaming you for losing with them. How do you feel about that?
Um, I mean, I made them poorly. It's my fault, honestly.
Uh,
I set them up for failure, intentionally too. So,
well, we're waiting for players to get into lobbies. They're now 1 minute late. Wait,
oh
Lane,
no.
looking so clean with the admin. The Twitch staff thing. Also, Vbon, thanks for resubbing. Really appreciate it. Let's see it, boys. You hyped, Kato? You excited?
So excited. Big ready.
Oh, I got a draft link even. Did you get one as well?
I did.
This isn't.
I don't know which one this is.
Like, if they ever decided on one, I could resize everything so that it would look good.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that there's, I think, like 4 different things.
That sounds right. Oh, this one has updated Mundo pictures, so it must be. Right, as Gwen on it? So, I mean, that's...
Oh, that's a solid bonus that it has Gwen, right?
Yeah, so we don't see any Teemo lock-ins, unfortunately.
But does it have Akshan or whatever the name is?
It does not.
Oh, well, they're not prepared for 2 patches from now.
Is he on PBE? Or
No,
has he just been...
He's not. He's in like a teaser of a teaser. So probably
Okay.
next patch he'll be on PBE.
That seems reasonable.
Or maybe they're teasing way ahead of time,
They've done that a couple times, right? But I don't know. It feels like he'll probably be on PBE next patch.
I don't like that these are just labeled blue and red. Like, the players all know which side is which,
But we don't.
I mean, we can see it in the lobby. Anyway, they're ready for draft. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LRS quarterfinals. Shout out to all you hosers and hosettes out there. Happy Canada Day. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. It's a big day, July 1st.
Who's Bobby Bonilla?
So he's a baseball player. Every July 1st, he gets paid $1.25 million by the New York Mets. He retired 10 years ago. And he's still on the roster. Yeah. He gets paid until 2035. It's pretty crazy.
Okay, but why though?
So they bought him out of his contract for less money, but over a longer length of time.
Okay.
And
So
as it
now he
turns out,
just
it's just a ridiculous amount of time. Who is blue and red? Blue side. Sorry, I haven't covered that yet. Blue side is the Rising Tide Tsunami, the 4th seed, and have yet to play a playoff game. Their first best of 5, and then on the red side will be the ROTM boys. So already, Lee Sin, Viego, Ezreal, Vi, Anivia, and Gwen not going to be played.
yeah, Vi and Anivia are certainly bans that exist.
Brox has been showing us the power of Vi, but it's the first pick Xin Zhao, which that's a pretty powerful pick, especially considering no Karma, no Lulu bans at this point. So you've got that like super strong pair to pair them with for RTT.
Yeah, would you want to see ROTM just lock in both of them right here?
I would not, in fact.
Okay, okay. But it could have been an option for them.
It definitely could have been. But yeah, now with Tristana, they can't slam both of them. It's a shame.
It's
a
a bummer,
tragedy.
but Board do be playing Tristana pretty well. A more aggressive bottom lane is usually what RTM's looking for. So, Tristana I think really fits into that. And then the Vivon Ornn classic, everyone's seen it. Yeah, he's pretty good at that champion.
I'm writing it. There, easy. Okay. But yeah, the man plays Ornn, and he's got it blind now, which is a little bit risky. It'll give. Oh God. Aulios? Aulios? The counter pick? It could just be Olios. The A silent. I shudder at this name. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna butcher it.
Set Nautilus though.
Yes, set Nautilus locked in. So set the potential counter pick into Ornn. Nautilus is not an enchanter to pair with Xin Zhao, so that's kind of interesting, but gives a lot of power, a lot of potential lockdown. You have to be careful as Tristana. So I like those picks. This is a pretty scary team comp from RTT.
Yeah, definitely. And the set being showed early, into the Ornn matchup will be pretty interesting to watch. And then, of course, Nocturne, that champion's pretty good in a couple different roles. Assumedly going jungle or mid here, but that's a pretty good champion.
I'm literally watching the internet shit the bed right now, so apologies for some drop frames here. It's just flickering back and forth on whether it wants to behave or not. And there it goes again. Yeah. This might just be a slideshow for a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep the stream up as much as I can, but it's down to 0. Nice. Thank you. This is what we like to see.
Fog. Perfect timing. You need to quit downloading shit.
I'm not downloading anything currently.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it is just back and forth. The internet. Sorry, I was watching it.
Yeah, it's not great. We'll try to fix that as best we can. But bans, Rumble Bard, Samira, and Kaisa taken off the table.
Yeah, so RTM putting a lot of focus on the AD carry position, making sure that they get something resembling a winning bot lane matchup here. And with the Leona, there's a lot of aggression there, a lot of potential for that lane matchup.
Yeah, should be an explosive bottom lane almost regardless. I mean, I guess you could just see an Ezreal for RTT and it'd be pretty boring. But aside from maybe Ezreal, it'd be pretty poppin' bottom lane. It'll be Vayne, so both sides definitely down to scrap.
Yeah, definitely. Vayne It's going to be a little bit difficult to play against the Ornn, Nocturne, Tristana, Leona. There's a lot of people jumping on your face, so um, definitely going to be a bit of a razor's edge there that has to be ridden by the Vayne player. We'll see mid lane here. Blind pick, assumedly blind pick. It could be Nocturne mid. Um, yeah.
That is a role where Nocturne has gone previously and currently.
Okay. And apparently that is Rise.
That's Rise. Okay. So the blank box is Rise. So now we'll get to see the Rise counter from Winged Nation and the return of the Middlesticks team. What are you playing into Rise? Are they going to be able to lock anything in?
I mean, Vel'Koz seems pretty okay here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vel'Koz usually can keep Rise at arm's length. Then also can follow up on a lot of the plays that the rest of the team is making. And there aren't a whole lot of options for getting onto Vel'Koz. Set can try and ult and Ornn into the back line, maybe Nautilus flashes, but otherwise, feels like generally Vel'Koz should be pretty safe if he plays his range correctly. So I think that's a really good pick here.
Yeah, it's a really short range overall team comp from Rising Tide, right? Aside from like Realm Warping in or, some nonsense with Nautilus and Set, it's like Vayne and Rise don't have the largest amount of range available to them and might struggle to find some damage.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of potential here for Wing to have a really strong game against this team comp. And, when you're saved as the last pick, you get to see all 9 other champions. Being able to lock in something like that should be favored into the rest of the map is, pretty good here. Puts a lot of pressure on them, though, right?
Yeah. So now we get to watch Champion Select a second time, but you can actually see which side which team is on, so that's pretty neat.
I'll beat it out of you.
I don't have to have a really obnoxious text box over the top of everything. Always a bonus. Anyway, step back while we reset this draft. This is the LRS quarterfinals, the number 4 seed, Rising Tide Tsunami, and the number 5 seed, Return to the Middlesticks. Both teams were 6-1 in the regular season, but because of tiebreakers, RTM lost their seeding, essentially. And yeah, had to win a big quarterfinal or a big first round match last week, a 3-0 win. Now we're set up for this best of 5 set, and we always talk about it. You gotta settle in. You get the popcorn. We're in no hurry tonight, right?
Yeah, definitely. 5 games is a long time. If this goes the distance, most of these players used to play in maybe 3 games. 5 is long. So, if something happens early, just have to shake it off because there's a lot of games to be played tonight.
Yeah, and if there's anybody out there from RTT or RTT adjacent, if you could tell me the pronunciation of the top laner, would appreciate that. I think I can handle the rest of it, but
it's Aeolios.
Is it? Is it Aeolios?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Well. It could be. I think it's Aeolios.
Aeolios. Wait,
I
you're
think
right.
there's many values.
No, you're right. Aeolios. Yeah.
Is that O or Oi?
It's O. O-L. Like, where would you get the I from?
Okay, yeah,
okay,
no.
So
Aeolios.
You're right, Aeolios. All right. Well, that's not how I would have read that, but I guess you're just smurfing. All right. Well, and then I'm assuming Vayne is supposed to be Paragon, just with an X instead of an O.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe.
Now that we've got that settled, I can't pronounce one of my own players' names. I don't know, that guy just flames a lot.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So 3.5 minutes of downtime now. I'm gonna set up a prediction. Let's just do a straight up for game number one. Who will win game one? See, this is tricky because I'm flipping the colors on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be really careful on this prediction. So, we chatted very briefly. I'm a little bit worried again about the lack of potential wave clear from RTT if they get into a longer form game. I think they'll cause and Tristana scale just as well as the Rise Vayne, and then just have the range advantage. What do you need to see from RTT in the early game to maybe build an advantage? Like, is a lot of pressure on Dardoch Fanboy to get them ahead, or what are you feeling?
I think definitely, as much as you would like to say, oh, Rise and Vayne, they scale super well, we can just go to late. Rise and Vayne don't scale that well against, Vel'Koz and Ornn and Tristana. These champions all, either disrupt them or just hard outrange them. So I think it's going to be really difficult to see a team fight in which Rise and Vayne are able to really do what their champions do best. So in my mind, I think that you need to get some kind of a lead early. Xin Shao being the strong champion that he is probably where you're getting that. And then you want to be able to set up for a 1-3-1 as the game goes on. Because I don't think you want to group against our team's comp. There's, way too many go buttons, way too many ways to just CC you instantly and burst you down. Yeah, I think a lead into a 1-3-1 is going to be their best bet.
So then, counter to that, because big jungle boy over here, are you looking for Lexus then to make like counter plays to try to, you know, protect his laners from Xin Zhao, or is he looking to just farm to 6, maybe get some ganks off, just scale and chill this game?
I think that farming to 6 is usually the Nocturne way. So, you're still pretty strong. If Xin Zhao ends up face checking you ever, then your fear is pretty good in the 1v1. But I think mainly just warding for your lanes and being around a counter gank if possible. Um, I would say, just path down towards bottom, let Vivon play weak side, ward for Tristana Leona so that they can play aggressively, and then just be there to make sure that Xin Zhao can't gank them at level 3. And I think that you basically are fine after that. Because after that, you could just counter gank everything with ult, right?
Yeah, if you're on a short enough cooldown, which presumably you're taking stuff to reduce the cooldown, the Old Hunter and maybe
Yeah.
some CDR or something like that.
The other thing I think uh, would be that our team, if they can find out where Xin Zhao ends up starting, I think that's going to be really important, just so that they know to play safe on the side that he's pathing towards. Just because if you stop Xin Zhao from being useful for the first 5 minutes, especially against this team composition, it feels like it's going to be difficult for him to, continue to be useful as the game goes on.
All right, well, we're loading in. Give me just a second. I'm fixing some graphics really quick, and then we'll show you the loading screen that's very important. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll be very quick today. This is what happens when you're both the producer and play-by-play. Sometimes you just forget to do so. But yeah.
Well, it's 10 skins. Everyone has a skin. They're all looking nice. I think that's important. There's here. Both teams are going in on equal footing.
Yeah. Blue one was Xin Zhao, for the record. But here we go. Loading screen time. This is where the nerves always started for me. Like, draft, chilling with your team wasn't ever a huge deal to me. It was that loading screen, just sitting there in anticipation of the game, and it always felt like it took forever going into playoff games. I haven't played like anything remotely competitive in forever, but my
Yeah.
recollection is thus.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Well,
Is, is it stuck at 0 for you?
yeah, we're chilling at 0 for a second. Hopefully we'll load in because that would be ideal.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Um, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Summoner's Rift. for game number one between Rising Tide Tsunami and Return of the Middlesticks. On the blue side, wearing the blue health bars for game number one, are the number 4 seed Rising Tide Tsunami, Aeolios in the top lane playing Set, Dardoch Fanboy number 69 in the jungle on Zinzao, Raikage God in the mid lane on Rise, and then Paragon and I'm the Banana in the bottom lane with the Vayne and Nautilus.
And topside the Rift wearing the red health bars. Getting invaded here is Return of the Middlesticks. V-Bon in the top lane on the Ornn. 2004 Lexus GX470 on the Nocturne in the jungle. Wing Nation playing Vel'Koz mid. And then Boar and Hulk with the Tristana Leona bottom lane.
Yeah,
And
little
already just, an exchange of pleasantries here.
yeah, little chip damage. The ward going to Paragon. Unfortunately, the going to the bottom laner doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, no early level 2s there, but I think the really big thing is that there's so much vision put down here by Rising Tide. They will know exactly where Lexus starts and exactly where he's pathing towards. So, wouldn't be able to expect Lexus to get much off in the early game because, the enemy kind of just has map hack. Whereas RTM in the invade did end up getting a ward onto Dardoch fanboys blue buff, so they'll know that he started bot side. They'll know that he's probably pathing towards top lane. So Vbon will know that he's playing weak side here.
Yeah, and Vbon with the ward kill as well means that he might hit early level 2, although Aeolios is already up there shoving in that top wave, so it might not give him the opportunity to do
Ooh.
anything cheeky with that.
You see what Dardoch fanboy is doing, going red straight over to blue, trying to split the map. There is a ward here, so RTM's gonna spot him out. Lexus is gonna be able to trade blue buffs, but this does mean that the bot lane of RTM is gonna have to play a lot more safely than they otherwise would want to. Tristana Leona having to play back, having to play weak side is not where they want to be. I like this adaptation by Dardoch fanboy.
Yeah, and we'll see if he gets punished at all for it. They're going to spot Lexus on his Raptors right now, and it'll be interesting to see where Dardoch Fanboy goes in the next couple of minutes. It looks like he's just going to continue on his blue side camps. Meanwhile, Vbon taking a big chunk of damage from Aeolios.
Yeah, Dardoch fanboy just wants to hit the level 3. He knows that his top side is going to be taken by Lexus. So just picking up as many resources as he can here, while making sure that his bot lane's allowed to play aggressively, I think is what he's going for.
Yeah, and surprisingly, the bottom lane tame at level 2. Normally you expect to see Hulk flying in with his Zenith Blade, but Lexus is going to venture into the Zin's blue side jungle, start to take away some of those camps. There's already the ping and Dardoch Fanboy on the way. I don't believe he
Ooh.
got spotted, so this could be a nasty surprise for Lexus if he gets caught on this Gromp.
It could be, but the moment that Zinchao shows, that's going to allow Hulk and Boar to start playing aggressively, and they're doing it before he shows.
Yeah, Paragon taken pretty low. The flash forward for the explosive shot, and it's first blood for Boar in the bottom lane. So Boar and Hulk, sensing that Dardoch Fanboy couldn't be on that side of the map unless he was going kind of a slow full clear. Flash forward from Raikage God. They've caught Wing Nation. He dodges out of the second part of the W. Doesn't get the knock up though, and Raikage God takes a tower shot and finds the kill in mid lane.
Wow, and that's pretty big there, considering Dardoch Fanboy had split the map and his bot lane still ends up dying. So being able to get that play mid to get a bit of a lead there for his Rise is pretty big. He's actually getting collapsed on, though. They're at the crab. Oh? Just
Yeah.
watching the mini map. It looks like they chased him off of it. I can't tell if he ended up getting it or not. He did end
He
up
got
getting
it.
it, so
Yeah.
never punished. Feeling pretty good about himself there. It's not ideal that his bot lane ended up dying, but best of a bad situation. Picking up that kill mid and the crab is pretty good for him.
And Aeolios getting the stun on the Facebreaker takes Vbon low. The
Oh,
Flash W is counter flashed by Vbon, so he's able to escape that one. Nicely done there. Um, but yeah, now both top laners flashless. Level 6 is coming up for junglers. I guess not super soon, but should be before that flashes back up.
yeah, definitely before that flash back up, but probably not for another couple minutes. But both junglers. It'll be interesting to see which lane they end up pathing towards. We see Dardoch Fanboy hasn't taken a reset yet, is just chilling out bottom there, waiting for Boar and Hulk to get back to lane. Though with that wave slow pushing in, Boar and Hulk should just chill, wait for it to push in. It's super safe if they do that. They should never die here. They're
Yeah, they're
gonna
going to get
die
spot
here.
on the ward, though. The flash auto going to snare up, and the hook onto Boar is good. The dash on, and Paragon finds the kill. Hulk is in trouble as well as he gets condemned into the wall. Nice ward to spot him out, and it's a double kill for Paragon on the Vayne.
Yeah, just not respecting that the jungler could be there. That wave slow pushing India, there's no reason to contest it. And RTM, despite picking up a lead early in the bottom lane, immediately gives it back. This Vayne 2-1-0. Dardoch fanboy gonna be able to pick up the dragon as well. This is exactly what Rising Tide is wanting from the early game. Getting a bit of a lead, getting some pressure on the map, and especially in this bottom lane, taunting the power that our team should be having here is pretty big.
Yeah, so 3-1 early on. We talked a little bit about the scaling issue. Is there a lead? Is there like a goal total in your head that you're looking for RTT to get to? Is there a certain dragon count that you think is insurmountable? Like, what is the biggest win condition for them, you think?
I don't know if there's like a specific number, but I think when you can set up comfortably in the 1-3-1 with, Ryze in a side lane and then either Vayne or Set and not be worried about getting just collapsed on. I don't know what that lead exactly is, but if you get to that point, I think that that's when you're advantageous as the game goes on.
Well, a good start nonetheless. 003 for Dardoch Fanboy. He's had some really creative pathing and gank timings. Aeolios going in with the ultimate V-Bond trying to kite back to his Ram, but it's just not enough. And Aeolios with a solo kill in top lane on the set.
He's had pressure this entire laning phase. The first time it was his aggression that burnt both of their flashes, and this time around able to pick up the actual kill. Pretty good there for Aeolios. Again, playing towards that condition of needing to get a lead early. Dardoch fanboy looking forward to Lexus, but the spell shield plus the roam over from Winged is going to mean that not too much comes out of it.
Yeah, and it's rough now for Lexus. He's about to hit level 6, but his lanes don't have the most pressure, the most ability to really help him out if he flies in. Raikage God has been very healthy, notably while wave clearing here in mid lane, not taking a lot of poke from the Vel'Koz. Paragon and I'm the Banana have had pressure, and this wave is in just such a spot that, Bork and Hulk keep auto shoving because of the explosive shot, and it's just been stuck right outside of their tower range for the longest time. And
Yeah, but it seems that they've learned their lesson. That wave is slow pushing into them, so they're not walking too far. Lexus down to hover just in case Stardock Fanboy tries to force, but they should be able to end up farming this for free here. And it's so difficult. You see Lexus has been spending so much time down here in the bottom lane in the last minute. Wing Nation even had walked down to help support. They might have been looking for a play, but the issue is if Zinchao is there, um, and especially with the double teleport potentially coming in from the soul lanes, it's not a fight you want to commit to. You don't want to be the first one to commit there. So, just some time spent there for not a whole lot getting out of it. Dardoch Fanboy's looking top here though.
yeah,
V-Bon
he's
does have a
trying to run
splash
into
back up.
V-Bond, but he's got the Searing Charge, it looks like, away. And yeah,
Yeah, so not too bad here. Now Lexus finished up his red buff, has his ultimate available, so can respond any time to these ganks. It looks like he's actually found Dardoch Fanboy on the Rift Herald, but Sinchao's gonna end up just backing up off that, not willing to commit to a fight over it.
yeah, and Lexus has been sitting on his level 6 for a bit. No real big opportunity for him to fly in with his paranoia. Instead, he's going to grab a reset. Oh, no, he isn't. He's going in
Oh,
right onto the mid lane and flash burned off of Raikage God. We'll see if he can return to it. Lifeform Disintegration Ray not coming through, but Boar and Hulk looking to get aggressive, trying to find Paragon, but that's a really good hook from Banana to pull off Hulk. Hulk is low, and the flash forward for the auto will finish him off, and Boar looks like he'll successfully get out of there. Paragon living at about 200 health. Now the ultimate coming back in. They're looking for the re-engage. Boar still feels it. He just takes him down with the buster shot, trying to kite back away. He's got the rocket jump back, and Winged is here, maybe looking for Banana, but should have the hook available here in just a second to fly to the wall. I don't think that this will result in a whole lot, except Dardoch Fanboy also going to up the ante by walking in.
Yeah, and that initial engage from ROTM on the bot lane there didn't look good. Boar was not able to actually get onto Paragon and actually end up DPSing him. So, Vayne was actually able to kite it out, and unfortunately, just a little bit of overconfidence, maybe a little bit of greed coming back trying to pick up the kill onto Boar means that Boar is able to trade one back, which is pretty big because otherwise this bot lane would be in just an awful position for ROTM.
Yeah, as it is, should be very even in gold. Yeah, about 200 separating the two players, but because that coal investment, Boar's actually very slightly ahead in itemization with his Kraken Slayer. Kraken Slayer finished up. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cull plus the Berserker Greaves means that Paragon's just a little bit further away from actually completing the Mythic. So right now, RTM is stronger. With Dragon spawning, they could potentially look for a play there. Aeolios is just having a little bit of fun there, canceling Vbon's recall, making sure he's not able to buy if they were going to try and contest this Dragon.
Yeah, looks like it should be a
RTM?
pretty clean Dragon number 2, although Boar, they're looking for Paragon, just trying to assassinate him off of the map. The explosive shot finishes him off. That was a lot of damage. Now they're in a little bit of trouble as Vbon comes in. He has the Ornhorn, gets the knock up onto Dardoch Fanboy. They finish him off. Hulk into the backline looking for Banana and Raikage God, but he gets rooted up and taken in by the Set who teleports in. Raikage God finishes him off, but they trade Aeolios in the process. ROTM wins the fight after losing the Dragon.
Yeah, and RTT was the first ones onto the Dragon. They had it started. Oh no, Lexus getting found here. Might be in
Lexus
some trouble.
spell shields the Nautilus ultimate, trying to sidestep the hook, but it just isn't there. And Raikage got is huge. 3-0 now on the rise. A lot of damage coming through from Winged onto Banana, but he cannot step forward into this rise right now.
A bit of a greedy recall there, but ROTM did a really good job at the beginning of that fight of capitalizing on Paragon just not being grouped with his team, was walking up, auto to ward, and just gets immediately collapsed on there. RTM doing a really good job picking up a few kills there, closing up this gold lead a little bit. But RTT pick up the kill on the backside, pick up the second dragon as well, and this rise is just going to be a monster. Already has the Everfrost completed.
Oh,
Oh,
Boar is
Boar.
just chilling in the bush, jumps onto Paragon, gets the root from Hulk. They're trying to find that last little bit of damage, and there it is with the Buster shot. Boar 5-1 now on the Tristana and bottom lane, but Dardoch Fanboy making a play in mid, jumps onto Winged. We saw this trade early on, but just the flash away from Wing Nation.
Yeah, a trade of flashes there means that Winged is a little bit more of a precarious position in terms of potentially getting engaged on, especially since he had died earlier. Lexus,
Lexus
though,
walking into Dardoch Fanboy. He already used the Zinzao ultimate, getting knocked up by Wing, tries to dash forward, got that little bit of healing, and he's not going to be able to escape. Boar takes his 6th victim down.
I'm not sure what Dardoch Fanboy was doing there, trying to get the crab when his AD carry was dead. Gets collapsed on immediately by ROTM and getting a little bit of money back into their pockets. This gold lead now completely even for both sides, so RTM, despite being down a little bit earlier, is evened it up now. And Boar is just absolutely massive on this Tristana. Has completed the Berserker Greaves as well on his way to his second item as well. It's going to be a very big boy, very difficult to deal with as this game goes on.
Yeah, Boar has 1,000 gold lead on Paragon, but Winged has a 1,000 gold deficit to Raikage God. I don't know that framed particularly well, but Paragon
Oh,
low. That's a good Nautilus ultimate to try to separate them. Hulk still looking for the engage onto Banana because they have Lexus in their back pocket. Can he find the distance? He's on to Banana, and the target selection just not quite there from ROTM. They'll get the shove in. Maybe a little bit of pressure on bottom was their big objective.
there's a lot
But
of
with
collapse,
Winged
though.
not on the map right now, they have to be super careful. Here come Dardoch Fanboy and Raikage God. The Realm Warp behind. Boar just caught on the wall. He's CC'd. He's down as he gets shut down by the Nautilus. Hulk falls as well. Lexus trades one back, but he's just trying to int basically for the kill onto Paragon, and it's not there. It's a double kill for Dardoch Fanboy on the Zin.
And just a little bit of laziness there from our team after the play, not respecting that Wing Nation wasn't on the map. They just get completely roamed down on RTT, doing a really good job of responding to the play so quickly, getting down there and picking up a couple of kills back in their favor. That's pretty good here. Again, I think them getting some amount of pressure and continuing that pressure through the mid game is going to be really important here. All right, Kong, God. You know, sometimes you miss the Q on the wave. It happens to us all, right?
Yeah, I can't count the amount of skill shots I've missed on like Scuttle Crab, so no judgment.
To be fair, Scuttle Crab is faker. He's out here dodging everything.
Wow. 2,000 gold lead right now for Rising Tide Tsunami. 50 seconds or so before this first Infernal Dragon spawns. Do you feel like our team have to fight for it? Are they good to give up another one potentially? Where do you think they're at in terms of
I
setup
think
for this dragon?
in an actual setup 5v5 team fight, of which we haven't really had one, it feels like our team should be slightly favored. You know, it just comes down to how strong they feel right now. If they wait for the next one, they might be able to get, you know, a second item onto board, maybe a little bit more, you know, maybe like the first ornaments coming through. So there's definitely an option for just waiting, but it looks like they want to contest it. They have the pressure. They're the first ones there. They have the vision down. So the onus is on RTT to come in and try and make some space. Face
Yeah,
checking to
War's
Vel'Koz
over
is
the
really
wall.
scary.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out. Plasma Fission. It's not the most damage yet, but you can see it starting to tickle. Hulk has to back away from the ward as the dragon does get started up by Lexus and crew.
Ooh.
V-Bon on the flank right now, but he's going to get turned on by RTT. They're trying to blow up the Ornn. He didn't get the flash over the wall, and he's down as Dardoch Fanboy gets the kill. Hulk flying into the back line, but with no assistance right now. They're just trying to burn the dragon. They get the dragon during the paranoia duration in trade for 2 kills. Is that worth it, Aiketo?
Uh, as long as as long as RTT isn't able to get too much off of this, it should be worth it. It's just if you're giving up this turret, though, it's
Oh, the flash
probably
forward from
not.
Raikage God.
Oh
They're
wow.
chaining the CC onto Boar. He's in trouble. He's down underneath the turret. Lexus getting low as well. Lifeform disintegration ray over the wall isn't quite enough. It does trade one back onto Raikage God, but it's a double kill for Paragon, and they should be able to finish off this mid turret. Wing just
Oh.
trying to hold strong, but he gets
Oh
hooked in.
no.
Banana very low. The flash W forward from Set. He's burning to ignite, and Winged eventually falls to Banana. Paragon in trouble, gets knocked up. He gets beat down by the Beef Boys, and Hulk takes home that shutdown. Unfortunately, support's getting a lot of shutdowns across the board, but RTT definitely comes out ahead on that.
Yeah, 5 kills for only 2 and a dragon is pretty good there for RTT. You know, taking down that first turret as well means extra gold going into their pockets. That feels like RTM just, you know, if you're gonna give up your members to just take the dragon, then you can't really fight afterwards. But, you know, just not really respecting it, end up getting dove underneath their turret and just giving up kills here is not what you want to see. 3K gold lead now in favor of RTT. And RTM, once positive light, they did pick up the dragon. So the Infernal Soul win condition is delayed by at least another 5 minutes. So 10 in total. Means that RTM has the option to just try and scale this out. You know, and within their team comp, it feels like that should be a valid approach.
Yeah, Boar and Hulk gonna go ahead and take down the bottom tower as well, even up the turret count, stay in, relatively close, 2,500 gold, Rising Tide Tsunami in the driver's seat right now. I really like the CC chain they showed on Boar underneath the tower, though. The Flash Rune Prison guaranteed that you had this set up for the Nautilus hook, and at that point, he doesn't move for several years, honestly.
It was a pretty great catch there. And, you know, just take a peek at the 80 carry inventories with how strong Boar was, with how far ahead he was no longer. In fact, 500 gold behind. Vayne is completely caught up. It's, uh, it's not great for ROTM losing out on one of their main advantages here.
Yeah, Vbon just building in front of Aeolios, but Dardoch Fanboy is here. A little bit of mix of CC, but the flash forward for the knockup. Vbon is low, but he's not going to be able to get off the Ornhorn. In the mid lane, though, Board jumping on, but the stealth is actually so big there from Paragon. He gets one kill and is able to get out for the time being. Just a battle line set, but the Lifeform Disintegration Ray over the top from Winged is able to exchange ADC for ADC. So it's just the small swing in the top lane, although Aeolios and Dardoch Fanboy looking to make that a little bit bigger as they take down that first or the outer tower in the top lane.
Yeah, and it felt like Bor and Hulk were so used to just auto-winning that 2v2 that when they jumped in, they weren't super careful about their positioning. Paragon doing a really good job of making sure that Nocturne wasn't able to use the paranoia on him. He's able to kite it out and then just turn it around and blow Bor up. And that's just how much the gold lead has swung here in the last few minutes. Now significantly ahead is RTT. Um, Playing pretty clean here, honestly.
Yeah, and the hardest part for ROTM is this 4,000 gold lead is basically just 1,000 on every member. There's not a winning matchup right now in terms of gold count for ROTM, and that's going to make it more difficult to find that big strong person to play around in these fights. Maybe it's still Boar. He's hanging in there, but Paragon has made a really nice comeback in this game.
Yeah, Boar still does a lot of damage, and one thing that RTM does have going for them is that RTT wants to 1-3-1. That's kind of what their team composition wants to do. Nocturne and Ornn are pretty good at collapsing on to side laning members, so there's always the potential of getting picks to try and stall out the game or come back.
Yeah,
Um,
Sheila being
so
invested top lane. Winged is here to slide down, looking for Aeolios. They get the knock up on him. Are they going to focus down Sheila? It looks like they're choosing to try to get the damage on the set. Oh, maybe a little bit mix of communication here, but Winged will be able to eventually finish off the set. So a little bit of greed from Rising Tide, but it's right as the dragon spawns. So with 10 seconds to go, there's double teleports available for Winged and Boar. They're channeling them in. Looks like we're going to have a scrap over this dragon.
yeah, it's 5 versus 4. ROTM should
Solar
have the
Flare
advantage
lands.
here.
Hulk is in. Big knockup from Vbon as he gets 2. They've locked him up
Oh
with the Life Orb
wow.
Disintegration Ray, but the Zen ult is doing quite a bit of work to try to keep them tanky and healthy, but Boar is big on the backside of the fight. It's a triple kill for Wing Nation and an ace for Return of the Middlesticks.
So massive, it felt like everything was going RTT's favor, but Aeolios ends up getting caught out top lane, and then the rest of the team doesn't care. They still contest the dragon, and RTM still can team fight. We saw just such a massive combo there, knocking up the members of RTT forever, able to pick up the 5 kills, and now the Baron as well. That's just such a massive swing, such a huge throw from RTT. It would have
Aeolios
been okay
may
if
be
they
looking
just
to
gave up the
contest. They've
dragon.
got the teleport on the top side from Raikage God. This is a 2v4 right now on the Baron. 1,000 health left. They're burning it down. They're going to be able to get the Baron, but Hulk getting slammed in. Aeolios is low. He's trying to get that punch down. Oh, that's so much damage onto Vbon. On the top side, though, Boar cleans one up. They lose Hulk, but they take 2 more kills and the Baron.
Yeah, and the big thing was being able to take down Raikage
Oh,
God.
Paragon? Oh, he wasn't in range. All right.
Bor ends up taking advantage of the fact that Rise was on cooldown. He still puts out tons of damage, so was able to take him down there. And ROTM have completely swung this, now in the lead, almost 1,000 gold. And with their team composition, it feels like it's just so much bigger than that.
And now they're going to
Oh
straight
wow.
jump in onto Paragon. He's low. The explosive shot isn't quite there from Boar. Gets one more auto, but the Immortal Shield Bow keeping him topped off. And it's going to be the Paranoia invested, about half the health bar from Lexus. We'll see if they can set up again with this Baron buff. But Lexus has got to head to his jungle and at least get a
Yeah.
little bit of healing.
It looked like they just got a little bit excited there after the last couple minutes. Pulled the trigger a little bit early. Now there's they have to wait a little bit before the paranoia is back up, before they can really pressure and engage. So, it
Yeah,
might stall out their Baron just a tiny bit, but
Yeah, they're trying just to set it up with a 5-man mid. You can see Aeolios and Raikage God are going to be the ones in this 1-3-1. Raikage God can join with Realm Warp. Aeolios has Teleport. How much are they willing to give up is the big question. This minion wave, they're going to force him back with the Ornhorn, get the big knockup. Lifeform Disintegration Ray over the top. They actually just take down Raikage God. Hulk is taking up everything on the backside of this fight. The Teleport is actually channeled and successfully gets off from Aeolios, but it's the 1-for-1. They get the second tower, but the hook onto Vbon. Are they looking for the re-engage? Alexis has the paranoia, looking for his entrance into the fight. Wing Nation trying to kite back away, but the flash forward is too much, and RTT are running over the fight. Paragon now has the movement speed, the Vayne passive, the most powerful thing in the game. He's dodging
Oh,
forward. He's got the final hour, and one more auto attack is the ace for Rising Tide Tsunami.
yeah, and it looked like our team should have been able to come out on top there. They had Lexus waiting over the wall with the paranoia coming up, but Aeolios and Dardoch Fanboy were just so strong on the front side of that fight, able to take down the members of ROTM, and another just massive swing. We'll see if they're able to get the inhibitor. They should be able to get that at least. Probably not going to be looking to end the game, but considering where RTM was at, 90 seconds ago, that's pretty massive. Not going to try and overextend for the inhibitor. Just happy to get the lead back, break down a couple of turrets. And both teams are just taking turns, tossing it back and forth to each other. So, it feels like whoever ends up winning it is going to be whoever can actually end the game first off of a massive toss.
Yeah, not to unname Set's ability, but both teams just throwing haymakers at each other. We'll see which one's standing here at the end of game number 1, but this sets up for a pretty spicy series regardless. Uh, but yeah, minute 14 to go on this Dragon. Recalls channeled for RTT as they look to regroup, and the last Dragon fight went hugely in favor of Return of the Middlesticks. We'll see if the full 5v5, maybe without a turret in the way, pays off a little bit better for them than the dive underneath the turret. But RTT has been super resilient in these fights.
Definitely. The last time the R team had won a fight, it's because they got a pick beforehand on a side laner, and RTT have learned from their mistakes, and Set is already grouped up with the team 40 seconds before the Dragon even starts. So our team could have a little bit more trouble finding a pick this time around, but if they do, it could be massive.
Yeah, trying to funnel him into mid lane right now. Raikage got separated just a little bit from the squad, but again, has Realm Warp available to join. Vbon going to hand over the Eye of Luton, his third ornament upgrade. And
And RTT has control of the pit. They have the vision. They have the position. RTM going to be able to pick up mid prio now. So always have the option to
Solar
just
Flare
push
over the
down
wall.
mid.
They're trying to chain it in with the Ornn ultimate. A lot of
Oh!
knockups coming through. It's a big shutdown onto the Vayne, but Lexus is low on the backside. He gets traded back. Raikage got trying to find any distance, but he gets jumped on and taken down. Boar hopping, Goomba stomping through.
Oh!
Wing finishes off a second person. Banana very low gets knocked up by Vbon, and that'll be another shutdown going the way of Return of the Middlesticks, and another ace around a dragon fight for Return of the Middlesticks.
And they should be able to just end the game here, somehow able to find all of their CC abilities onto Paragon, and just the edge of the Lifeform Disintegration Ray able to eventually take him down, and they're going for the end. It's 10 seconds on Paragon, 15 seconds on Raikage. Feels like they should be able to just take this down here.
Yeah, the explosive shot helping out, the demolish procs as well, and the respawn from Paragon just doesn't matter. It's game 1 going to Return to the Middlesticks, but what a banger. Haymakers thrown back and forth by both teams, and ROTM with the final blow knocks him to the mat and takes game number 1. Woo! All right, well.
Woo, indeed.
Our team leads 1-0. We'll be right back with game number 2. Lane just casually dropping the 5 subs for the win.
Hog.
Pog, indeed. Thanks so much, Lane. take it back, Aikado.
Yipper.
I had that moment of doubt whether I should call you Aikado or uh,
You know,
or your name.
imagine
It was very weird.
having a real name.
Yeah, true.
Never. Oh shit, they're speed running the bands.
Yeah, we're into draft for game number 2. Again, Rising Tide Tsunami returning on blue side, and Return of the Middlesticks returning on red. These are the same four. Oh no, they're not. That's a Nocturne band. That's the big difference thus far.
Yeah, that means that Lee Sin potentially left open. The last game, this was an Ezreal ban, so also a potential. Um, and like we had said previously, interesting that there was no priority on Karma on Lulu for either team. You know, these are pretty strong champions, but oh, and there's the Lee Sin ban. So Ezreal is going to be the one who's left open and actually first picked by Rising Tide, meaning that Xin Xiao is definitely open here for RTM if they want to take it.
Yeah, we'll see if our team even has priority on that champion. A lot breaks out in your series meta here. But it seems like it would be rough to hand over Xin and maybe like Karma or Lulu. Like that just sounds like a pretty good comp to start off with.
Yeah,
But they're
especially
gonna
with
go
Ezreal already
run it
locked
back.
in. Like Ezreal Karma just sounds fucking miserable to play against, and you know if Karma also goes well with Xin Xiao, it's a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's gonna be like I said, the Tristana Ornn running it back, and the Kale counter to the Ornn probably. This was like a relatively strong matchup for Kale back in the day. I don't know if it's gotten better or worse. It's been a long time since I've seen a Kale, but here she is.
Yeah, and it's locked in here. Wow. And a mid lane, or there's the Leona. So Ezreal Leona is not the most cohesive lane in the world. And then Kale being locked in. Really interesting here.
Yeah, it's interesting because you don't have like the best pairing with Kale, so that means that it has to be a lane counter into Ornn, right?
Yeah, I mean that's 1,000,000% what it is. They just want to split the Ornn and get a scaling laner. Oh, and then Kindred being the lock-in. What's really interesting here is the R3 jungler, meaning that they can just ban 2 more junglers here, make sure that they get a strong 2v2 and try and just keep this Kale down in the top lane. Could be pretty big here. I think it's going to be really important for RTT to get a favorable jungle matchup here. Somehow trying to find a way to save that 2v2 in the top lane, because Kindred can be pretty strong early, can do pretty well in those skirmishes.
Yeah, I feel like Gragas is the traditional. Gragas and Lee Sin, but Lee's already banned, are the traditional answers.
So Kha'Zix is the solo queue. I can kill Kindred at any point in the game. Pick. Other than that, you know, we saw Jack's jungle the other day. Jack's kind of shits on Kindred. But you know, it's not the most normal jungle pick in the world, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Bard?
Bard for Hulk. All right. Well, that's a Hulk special, and one that we've seen him pull out when he needs it, basically. The Sejuani locked in. Is that what you were looking for a strong jungle matchup?
So Sejuani's like super tanky and does more damage than you think in the early game. So it might be. So I'm kind of seeing the 2v2 as just like Ornn and Kindred one-shotting Kale. And then eventually chasing Sejuani down. I don't know. Oh, and then Azir.
Ooh, Azir
This
for
is
Raikage.
interesting.
This is a super scaling draft now for Rising Tide.
Yeah. I mean, their team fighting is really strong. It's just a matter of getting there. RTM, though, being able to see this means that, you know, as long as we don't lock in something that's super short range here, they should be able to match this. I think TF would be pretty good. Xerath is fine.
Xerath.
I
wonder what...
You know... Go ahead.
I was going to say, we've seen Wing play the Ziggs a couple of times. I wonder what the thought process is behind the Xerath over Ziggs.
Hmm. I couldn't tell you. I think Ziggs would have made a lot of sense here. I think either way, they're both pretty long range, so they're not getting screwed by, Azir, Sejuani, Leona very often.
Yeah.
Um, they also are semi-global, so they can help out in a side lane. I would have really liked to see, I think TF would have been really good here to just like continually collapse on Kayle and make sure she's not allowed to split push. And also help out bottom lane. There would just be an insane roam potential, but I think Xerath's fine. He can do similar things.
Number one, shout out to Bpots for the gift sub. Thank you so much. And all right, everyone, listen up. Return of the Middlesticks is gonna hop off their post, walk out of the cornfield, and caw on your asses. Y'all ever experienced a deep suck? Well, you're about to get the slurp of a lifetime from the ROTM squad. I know what I'm talking about too, since my name is Liposuction Lane. Then, after we've drained all your life juice, our Crowstorm will come down and eat your lifeless carcasses. Caw, caw, caw! Hashtag ROTM fighting. I've never understood why the hashtags at the end of that, but yeah.
I don't know. I think it fits fine.
Yeah.
I think it works. It's adding on to the meme. I think.
All right.
So, looking at team compositions, right? I think ROTM, no matter what they do, are kind of on a clock. They scale really well too, but I don't know if you can outscale Ezreal, Kayle, Azir with a front line. So it feels like the onus is kind of on them this game to get a bit of a lead. Whether that's through Lexus on the Kindred or Hulk on the Bard. I think that there's a lot of potential for it. But I think that they do need to get some amount of a lead here. In order to transition well into the late game, because if they're like even or slightly behind as this game goes on, I just think it's going to be so difficult to come out on top of these team fights.
All right, prediction up for game number 2. You got to pick who's going to have more kills. Is it Winged plus Vbon or Boar?
Winged plus Vbon. So the Ornn Xerath.
Are you taking the Ornn Xerath duo or Tristana by yourself?
Can I bet Lexus?
No, Lexus is not part of the prop bet. You also can't take Hulk.
Sag, I think Hulk is the correct answer. He's absolutely going to have the most kills.
He do be taking kills on Bard though. All right, well, we're set up game number 2. RTM leads 1-0. So you got to see a game from ROTM. They're coming back with this double marksman long range team comp. It feels honestly kind of similar to their idea in game number 1, but now you're opting into even more range, including the extra marksman for Lexus. And it's just a late game team fighting comp for RTT. Do you feel like that's a better answer than their 1-3-1? Are they in a better spot in this draft, you think, than last game?
Potentially. I think that this comp's a lot easier to execute on. You just kind of farm for 30 minutes and then Sejuani and Leona are the same person and you win, right? Like that's kind of the idea of the comp. The issue is going to be just coming down to whether or not they're able to, whether what should be a stronger early game from ROTM. God, I don't know. RTM's comp, I think it's just harder, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you have Bard, it's a lot on the Bard to find picks, to negate things, to just be Bard to the best of the Bard abilities, and not to the I'm just gonna run it down and 15-0 and try to grab some chimes out of the jungle as a troll move.
Yeah, Bard has no bad matchups. He just loses to himself more than anything. Um, it's definitely a bit of a coin flip. The Hulk in the past has done really strong things on Bard. He was able to apply a lot of pressure, get some really good picks with his ultimate. So, have all the faith in the world in Hulk's Bard. Um,
Yeah.
why why have they not fixed that the champ names on the left are all lowercase and the champ names on the right are uppercase in a completely different font? That's been in the game for so long. Why haven't they fixed that?
I hadn't noticed it until you were pointing it out. Oh no. Well, that's gonna bother me now. Thanks.
Yeah, I just didn't
I
want to be
hate it.
alone.
Yep.
And yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. That's just like eye blinding now.
It's the type of thing that once you see it, it's like, how the fuck did I not see this before? Alright,
All right.
we're at a loading screen. We did it. We made it through the 3 minutes. And once again, oh no, it's 5 skins versus Team 4 skin. You had talked about the power of Team 4 skin previously. Do you think that that gives them an advantage?
Nah. I
No?
I don't. But wow, the immediate load too. We're not sitting there at 0 for forever. What a
It's a
novel
miracle.
concept. All right. We're into the Rift. Game number 2 on the blue side. Looking to even up the series is Rising Tide Tsunami, and on the red side, wearing the red health bars, looking to take a stranglehold is Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah, and
I'm pretty
after
excited. Yeah,
how swingy game number 1 was, with these team comps, both teams kind of want to scale, but I don't know. It'll be so interesting to see if they're able to clean it up a little bit, or I mean, based on everyone just getting free auto attacks on each other, I don't know. This is still gonna be scrappy. It feels like.
How do you feel about the cull start for Aeolios?
I mean, it's probably fine. I don't think Ornn is Ornn ever killing you? There's no way, right? Like unless Kindred shows up top at level 3, and you kind of just want to farm scale. I think it's probably fine. Probably. Though I think that that means that they're not looking to 2v2 top lane. Because if you're looking to 2v2 and you pick something with no base stats, that kind of you're kind of trolling your jungler there, I think.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting though that Dardoch fanboys started on bottom side. Then he's gonna path up toward that top lane, but so is Lexus. So
Yeah.
maybe this is the big brain counter gank time, right? This is Lexus is gonna be up there, maybe looking to snowball on the Kale. So I'm gonna be up there to counter gank. We'll see how it plays out.
Potentially. It'll be interesting. Dardoch Fanboy is going down to Krugs. Sejuani doesn't clear Krugs the fastest in the world. Which means that if you wanted to, Lexus could 3 camp into top lane. Um, and then use the pressure to like invade Dardoch Fanboy. I think that that would be a pretty good line, but
Hulk is just
Hulk
walking menacingly at them. Hits the Cosmic Binding on the banana. But...
and comes out for worse on the trade. That's the Bard away. Oh,
Oh, well, 1 second. As we're in a game pause, very quickly. The typical Lexus pause. Hopefully, won't be too long. As his gaming potato resets.
yeah, yeah. Does he have to reset his entire computer when that happens?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he just has to chill. They're already asking ready in the chat, so shouldn't be too long now. Before we get back into game. Yeah, I'm not sure. We talked last time. I'm pretty sure he's playing on a MacBook. No one corrected me, so I'm gonna continue with that assumption. Um,
Yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely a laptop of some sort,
yeah,
and yeah.
it seems like it overheats like this every other game
Oh,
or so.
and it looks like they started back up.
Yeah, we're back in, and there's the resume pause.
The classic. This
But
one's pretty long though.
yeah, I don't know if you remember last time it was in the middle of a kill. That was pretty
Yeah.
climactic. This is
And we get to see Leona swinging down. She's about to kill that minion.
yeah,
That's that's pretty.
yeah. POV, you're about to get hit by a sword. There we go.
Yeah. POV, mommy Leona's about to step on you.
True.
And oh,
Yeah, Hulk is very low. The Guardian proc keeps him alive, and Boar is able to at least trade back, but still level 1s for Boar and Hulk. Well, Hulk is level 2 because of the chimes, I guess. Now level 2 for Boar. Um,
yeah, but RTT's bot lane doing a really good job of getting the level 2 advantage and then just immediately going in. Burning the summoners of ROTM is pretty big here, and you have to be at least a little bit scared underneath the turret. I don't think they could actually get dove, but you know, they can pressure. Ezreal can just throw pot shots the entire time. Lexus is 3 camping straight into the enemy blue buff. This could be
oh,
a
he
bit
just spots
conservative.
out. He flashed in looking for Dardoch fanboy, or at least his camp. He's trying just to auto that one down.
Oh
He
my
takes the
god.
Gromp, and with Vbon in support, they're going to try to collapse onto Dardoch fanboy, but Raikage God is over the wall as well. Dardoch fanboy out with just a sliver of health, but it's first blood as Wing takes him down with the Arcano Pulse. Vbon in trouble trying to get to the wall, and he's able to flash over successfully. So the junglers trade for each other, and Winged is going to come away with a double buff, and so is Aeolios.
Oh, and both of the junglers are pinging onto the mark, so we might see a run back here in just a minute. What a lunatic. Lexus hops over the wall, immediately flashes in to try and get the Gromp. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Alright, and it looks like Sejuani's the one who gets to the crab first. She does it really fast, but now she's on cooldown, so she actually can't fight. She needs the help of her laners.
Yeah, Aeolios is there. Vbon is actually very far away, so Lexus has to back off. And with lane prio for Raikage God, Winged sliding in, but he's down a level, down a bunch of health on a ward. A lot of auto
Oh,
attacks
Lexus
coming out
got
from
it!
the Sand Soldier. Lexus got the crab, he got the mark. They're looking to turn on to Aeolios. Big knockup from
Oh my
Vbon.
god.
Lexus is still alive, but he gets taken down by the E from Sejuani. Winged flashes over the wall, looking to try to help. He gets the stun. Vbon trying to kite back out. A lot of damage coming through. The Flame Breath is there from Vbon. They're so low. Wing needs an auto attack, but the flash forward from Raikage God. Vbon is in. Tries to finish off Aeolios, but the bonk isn't there. The auto attack from the Kale finishes it off, and RTT gets the advantage.
Oh my god. Just the commitment here for the mark. I used to always say, you know, kindred marks are good, but they're never worth dying for. Lexus does not subscribe to that. He is
Oh,
willing
look
to
at that
die for
mark
it.
spawn. The
He's running bot.
Yeah, Paragon is super low. The explosive shot isn't quite there. The heal doesn't tick. It's a double kill for Boar. And now we're going to return to the mark for
Oh, can
maybe
they get
another
the mark?
scrap. Lexus is
Oh,
in. He's looking for it.
oh,
Oh, it's smited by
oh,
Dardoch fanboy. He doesn't get 2 free marks to start off the game.
oh my god. Already just a scrappy game here. ROTM bot lane getting the advantage even without jungle help, despite losing their summoners at level 1 is pretty massive for them. You know, that is the power of the Tristan. It's what they're supposed to do. But coming back from that disadvantage is pretty big. Um, Interesting that both of these skirmishes in the top side of the map, the big difference maker, I think, has been that Raikage God has been able to be there first. You know, the
Why is
first one happened on
Vbon
his
doing
side of the map.
Krugs at level 4?
I, you know, because sometimes you'd be doing that.
I mean,
I
he's
don't.
trying to cycle him for Lexus, I'm sure, but they're beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, Krugs do that. But no, Raikage God did such a great job showing up to the skirmishes first and turning them in his team's favor. It's been kind of the difference maker so far. T-Bon's wave is really fucked here, honestly. Maybe he was scared that Sejuani was going to be there.
I mean, that seems kind of valid, but man, Aeolios is very strong, by the way. 2-0 and 2 already on the Kale. He's accelerated to the point he's got boots. He can help kite out really nicely away from like the pillars and stuff. That's a scary proposition.
Shanks
Raikage
never
God's
work.
level 6, going in
What?
with the shuffle,
He
looking
went
for
in?
Wing. He went in. The shuffle doesn't pay off for him, and
What?
Lexus takes him down. Why did he go in?
What the? He should never die there. He has shuffle. He has. Oh, what? I. Maybe he had no soldiers? I can't
He
imagine
had
another
one
reason
because he
why he
went in
would go
on it.
in there. Yeah, I don't. You know,
He's just very
sometimes you just
confident.
want got to
Yeah,
give one back, right? You know.
yeah.
Jesus. Our team looks like they're starting up the dragon here. They're gonna have pressure in bottom lane, and of course pressure mid as well. Means that they might be able to start stacking early, which could be the difference maker.
Ooh,
Dardoch
Dardoch
fanboy
fanboy's
just comes
in.
over the wall.
Yeah, he's in.
What?
He's doesn't have flash, but he can Arctic Assault back out. The rest of the team's collapsing for RTT. They have better health bars right now than ROTM. Vbon's in trouble in the top lane, and he can't teleport in right now. He's got Exhaust. He'd have to get into range to use Exhaust before he could teleport. He's also only level 5, so they just have to give it up.
Yeah, it felt like our Dardoch fanboy went in super early. He didn't really have backup from his team yet, but our team didn't call his bluff. Oh,
Oh,
engage?
wasn't quite the double binding there from Hulk, but they're going to jump in onto
Uh,
Paragon anyway. Lexus in the area trying to track him down. Paragon is low, but he gets buster shotted out to safety. Lexus does finish off one. The
oh,
flash from Hulk for the Jolly Rancher slap, and Hulk takes the kill.
what a ridiculous game. Boar, I don't know if he was lagging or what. He ends up engaging so late compared to Hulk, and I don't, I don't know, just so much damage coming out there, and this has been one hell of a game already.
Yeah,
Neither team is
normally you
really
talk
getting a
about
lead.
yeah, normally you talk about fatigue in like a long best of 5, but
Oh,
we're only in
oh.
game 2. This is pretty normal. Winged is low. The Bartle isn't quite there to save him, and Wing gets taken down by Dardoch fanboy.
Yeah, and that was pretty well played by Raikage God. You know, this time going in and actually hitting the shuffle and has backup, so it works out this time around. Taking advantage of Winged not having his flash available. Ended up burning it in one of the early fights, so pretty good pickups there.
Yeah, the scary part for RTM, they're up in kills. They're down in dragons, but these CS advantages are starting to mount up. Every lane other than jungle right now, and even jungle's relatively close considering Kindred versus Sejuani, and it's going to be scary if these start to extend even further.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're up a kill, but you're actually down over 1,000 gold already in this game, that's the type of lead that's very difficult to overcome. Especially since, as we talked about earlier, it feels like RTT should be the ones that are more comfortable just going late. Oh,
Oh,
Kindred's here.
yeah, Vbon pulling the trigger. Aeolios forced to use the Divine Intervention. Just get a little bit of distance. He's running to his teammates, and now they'll look for the turn. Vbon kiting back through with the Lamb's Respite. The damage over the top was enough to finish off Aeolios, but the counter flash from Dardoch fanboy. Nice sidestep on the W. Vbon gets the clap. Do they
Oh,
have the damage? They do. It's a shutdown for Lexus, and Raikage God might have overextended a little bit too much. Dancevero's forward. Auto for the slow. Another flash auto, and it's a double kill for Lexus.
that's so massive for ROTM. Wing Nation able to roam up, get the ultimate to actually take down Aeolios. Oh,
Oh,
and
the
we're not
binding
getting a
from
chance
Hulk onto Paragon. The Arcane Shift away. The Bard ultimate just only hits Boar, but Vbon is here to do something. He's hanging out.
Honestly, I think Bard saved Boar's life there just because it hit at the same time as the Leona ult. So Boar was about to take just a ton of damage from Ezreal. Um, but yeah, the teleport from Vbon, not going to get too much. Maybe just save his bot lane, but
Vbon invading the Sejuani on Raptors.
yeah, sometimes it'd be that way. Uh, that's Rift Herald going over to Lexus as well. So there's potential here for ROTM. They have the gold lead now. And with that Rift Herald, potentially could start pressuring turrets and get some of that standing gold as well. So, in a pretty good position here.
Now
Oh,
Hulk looking in. Paragon very low. The flash forward. One more auto. Is the explosive shot enough? It's not. The teleport in from Raikage God finishes off Boar. Well timed again by Raikage God to show up. He picks up his second kill of the game, and they turn more over aggression from Boar and Hulk.
yeah, and it feels like it's the exact same play as last game where Wing Nation is in base. You don't have any pressure mid. Forcing the engage just isn't great. The teleport immediately in from Raikage God means that they're able to just turn that around. Even if Raikage God didn't teleport in, Sejuani was right there. There's a little bit of overconfidence there from the side of ROTM, not quite able to pick up that kill. Just tossing back. They're gonna collapse on Sejuani though.
Yeah, they're looking at Sejuani in the jungle. Hulk just scrapping with Sejuani, not really doing a whole lot of damage. The
Oh
ultimate flare
no!
going to connect, and Hulk gets stunned up. Oh, he's
Oh!
fine on the other
What?
side of the portal. There's a Bard, though. He has the ultimate. That
Ah!
actually might kill them both. Hulk is in so much trouble
He
that
didn't have to.
that time it didn't work out. But the ultimate over the top trades one back for more. I
He was out. He didn't have to ult himself. Mm. But our team able to trade the kill back, go support for support, and they got this first turret here in the top lane, and so much damage onto the tier 2 as well, especially against this Kale, who was so far ahead. It's pretty massive to be able to be, taking that turret. As long as Aeolios doesn't end up freezing that for the next like 10 minutes, our team should be in a pretty good position.
Yeah, he's about to finish off the cull, though. Sejuani gets the dragon. I don't have any context for that. Paragon is low. He's trapped in the pit. Bor is going to jump in, and Paragon has nowhere to run. Bor will finish that one off. So the 80 carry kill in exchange for the dragon. And yeah, ocean map. So a lot to fight for again for that soul.
Yeah, directed camera for some reason just wanted to follow V-Bon walking down instead of showing us the dragon, but second dragon for RTT is pretty good here. Yeah, it's the scaling that doesn't go away, and potentially pressuring Soul could be the difference maker here. But ROTM getting even more mid lane before they come off is pretty big.
Yeah, Vbon kind of sacrificing himself to help make Lexus and Wing strong. We'll see if that really pays off for him, because now he's down 40 CS. He's got kind of an unideal item for the matchup
Uh,
right now. Banana looking for the Solar Flare to turn on
what?
to Boar, but is going to fall in the process. Lexus was just hanging out doing the Krugs and picks up another kill. They're maybe going to look for the dive onto Paragon. They have the Lamb's Respite available if they need it. Dardoch Fanboy is here. They're going to turn off the turret with the Bard ultimate. Lamb's Respite coming through. Just a little bit of healing back up, and Dardoch Fanboy will eventually fall. Bor on a killing spree, hops forward and finishes off the second part of the double kill. So both marksmen now getting ahead for ROTM, but that Kale is just so scary on the other side.
Yeah, Kale's gonna be massive, but RTM picking up these plays is pretty big for them. You know, kind of a head scratcher on why Paragon stuck around underneath that turret. He knows that three people are there. He's not allowed to be there. And RTM doing a really good job picking up both those kills there. The gold lead is now 4K in their favor. If you remember, just a few minutes ago they were down gold, just from the CS. But every single skirmish has been going their way recently. So, RTT, I think either needs to commit to just not fighting for the next 10 minutes, um, or they just need to start fighting together because right now it's just not working out for them. Everything is going in favor of ROTM. This kill, though, is just massive. If you start playing around her, that's a win condition in and of itself.
Yeah. Shout out to Paragon, 1 vision score, holding 2 wards in his inventory. Gotta stay strong on that.
Oh, he placed one. He heard you.
Oh, he immediately. All right. Well, sometimes all you need is a little flame. Turn your life around. Vbon is dead. Very dead. And Aeolios has his third kill of the game. And we keep talking about how scary it is. It's just getting scarier. But Dardoch Fanboy, in a lot of trouble, has to burn the Sejuani ultimate just to stay alive. And Lexus will take that trade.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty free there. Got the crab and the ult is about as good as that's ever actually gonna go. So pretty happy with himself there. And he's actually walking in. Is he looking for Sejuani? Yeah, he was trying to find Sejuani on the Wolves, but Sejuani had already crossed over to his other side of the map, so is gonna stay safe for now. Dragon spawning in about 100 seconds, so it's probably gonna be the next big point of contention. RTM definitely wants to fight there. They want to go in there, flex their gold lead a little bit, and get a chance to continue snowballing the game. It feels like RTT should be happy to just give it.
Yeah, Hulk and Bor are going to be Alcove Gamers for a second. We'll see if they're able to jump onto Paragon and Banana. Raikage got taking a huge chunk again. The
Oh,
Oh, the flash away from the dodge in. Bard ultimate not quite able to land. They're looking for Banana. No CC actually from Hulk. Vor stunned up, locked up, getting turned on, and Paragon takes him down. Actually, it's Banana, unfortunately, with the shutdown, but well played on the 2v2. The happy feet from Paragon and Banana get them out.
Yeah, Lexus, though, is hovering. He's looking for
Oh,
it.
Hulk
Oh,
has to flash over the wall because his magical journey wasn't there, and Alexis falls. It's another shutdown going the way of RTT. Paragon finishes off Hulk, and it's all gone wrong here in just the last minute.
yeah, Dardock fanboy, right place, right time. He just felt that Lexus was there and immediately there to just turn it around and pick up that kill. And ROTM, they wanted to fight at this dragon 30 seconds away. This gold lead is now dead even. And when you're even with the superior skill and composition, you're feeling pretty good about fighting. RTT is now allowed to fight here when they should not have been. 15 seconds on this. We'll see if RTM gets there in time to contest this. They're sort of bought into having to fight here.
Yeah, we'll see if RTT's even able to get the back off. They haven't spent their gold yet that they were able to accrue in the last minute, but yeah, now
True.
Ezreal going to go ahead and grab that back. Vbon just hanging around mid. Maybe going to look for the turn on to Aeolios, but it's a hard sell
Yeah.
right now. RTM flooding into the pit. Dragon spawned. They're going to start it up. And this might be the big brain play from RTT. Just give up the dragon for now. Take your scaling option. I like that
A
choice.
million percent.
Yeah.
I think that they should have given it up, even if they didn't pick up those kills. So this time around, picking up the kills, sitting on that much gold, they just got handed a way back into the game. There's no reason to throw it without spending that money. So definitely the smart play there. Even picking up the turret on the other side of the map, and we are now dead even in this game. Kale is extremely close to finishing her second item. Lexus, though, has already completed his. The strongest man in the game right now is this Kindred. So, has the potential to take over fights, but, has to be careful. As we saw, if he gets Sejuani ulted, it can be really difficult to survive. He will get one shot.
Yeah.
Maybe stopping off at a QSS could be a good decision.
Yeah, Vbon headed for the Bramble Vest. I really want to see him pick up a Frozen Heart this game against the, double attack speed stacking of the Azir and the Kale, as well as being pretty effective against Ezreal. I think that would be a big brain item. Hopefully we see that come through from Vbon. Ultimate going to land onto Banana. They're looking for the pick, but not going to be able to find anything. The defensive Solar Flare is there, and they get the teleport out, so feeling okay about that one. Oh, Hulk is
Hulk's
very far forward.
Damage.
Yeah, Hulk staying safe because of his Guardian again, but
Yeah, having to actually pop the locket shield as well. Just a little bit far up there. But, I like that our team is looking for the plays, even if they weren't quite able to get anything off of it.
yeah, we're in full ARAM mode for the time being. Nobody in a side lane right now. Full 5v5 in mid. Wave clear back and forth as Winged will clean up that wave before it gets into the turret. And now you've just got Arcano Pulse versus Mystic Shot, basically, across the gap.
Yeah.
Mystic Shot's been better so far.
And Mystic Shot also has some Kale healing to back it up if need be, so... cheating a little bit.
Yeah, they're just continually tagging. They're trying to use that magical journey, but now everybody's kind of splitting back up. Lexus going to go counter jungle, look for another mark. They think that they've spotted Lexus out on that mark, and in comes the squad looking to intercept him. Lexus trying to kite back away, gets knocked up by Dardock Fanboy, and he'll take the Blast Cone out, but he picks up another mark in the process, so I want to check his marks, but I don't want anything to happen while I do that. So he's on 6 now.
Yeah, 6. Pretty good. Once you hit 7, that's another increase in range, so that's the big break point that he's trying to hit, but having to burn your flash for it is not ideal, especially since he hasn't had a chance to actually
Solar
get a
Flare
QSF.
looking for Winged. He has the cleanse, though, and a couple of ultimates invested. Dardock Fanboy still looking to force. They know he doesn't have flash, and they'll finish off that kill. Another shutdown going to Aeolios. Vbon just trying to get some distance with the Hammer Boy bouncy time. The ultimate isn't quite there for Lexus. They do get one back with the Ignite plus the turret damage. Banana low. The chomp from Wolf isn't going to quite be there. So RTM holds. They lose one extra person, but they hold the mid tower for the time being, and there's no further push really available for RTT unless there's just huge chunks coming out from Paragon, of course.
Yeah, and this team comp from RTT dives extremely well. They have the CC. Oh, Lexus just getting pushed out a little bit there. They have the CC. They have the Kale ultimate to just survive underneath the turret. So it's so dangerous for our team to try and contest these turrets, especially if Lexus isn't there to Lamb's Respite the entire thing. And RTT in the ARAM come out on top a little bit there, picking up some kills. And, as sort of we had seen illustrated there as the fight went out, the range advantage here from Azir, from Ezreal was pretty massive. It made it very difficult for our team to actually trade damage back onto those members. So as this game goes on, it's going to be even that more difficult for our team to get favorable fights, I think.
Yeah. As you mentioned, even ass gold. Dardoch Fanboy looking for the engage. They're onto Hulk, using a bunch of CC on him, but he takes the magical journey out. Dardoch Fanboy, I don't know what he expected on the end of that one, but going in, the Bard ultimate actually maybe not working out for ROTM in this case. Dardoch Fanboy is low over the top, the right of the Arcane, finds Sejuani, finds the Leona. It's a double kill for Winged. They're into onto Raikage God. They get the knockup. He actually doesn't get the ultimate. Does the Ornn thing break the wall from Azir?
It does, yeah. If he...
Oh my god! The flash forward from Lexus, or the dash forward, excuse me, finds another kill. ROTM finds 4 out of nowhere.
Yeah, Dardoch Fanboy just had so much confidence after the last dive, goes straight underneath the turret, and this time around you don't have the Kale ult. Your team isn't there to actually back you up, and ROTM just get gifted away back into this game. They're now up 2,000 gold. They're going to be able to pick up this turret as well as that second Ocean Drake. Not going to try and force a Baron, but that's such a massive boon for them, getting away back in to a game that they really should have had a right being in after RTT starts winning fights with this team comp. They shouldn't stop winning fights. Jeez.
Yeah, there's still... I don't know if anybody has the copy pasta ready, that the alarm clock, the 16 for Aeolios. We're getting there. He's level 13 right now. He's got 2 completed items headed toward his 3rd. Boar is going to find Dardoch Fanboy, but I don't think that that's who he's hoping to see there. Dardoch Fanboy in. Arctic Assault doesn't land, but Raikage God has some autos down, and they knock him out at the ultimate. Paragon kind of sniped that one with the True Shot Barrage, but a good pick again for RTT, but RTM going to take advantage of that and start up the Baron. They do it relatively quickly with Lexus. Teleport coming in, though, from Raikage God over the wall. The soldiers in the pit do so much damage. The magic resist debuff is no joke, and RTM just escapes with the magical journey.
Yeah, Raikage God alone, just the pressure.
Raikage God, he gets stunned by the electric orb from Winged, and now the re-engage from Vbon. It's a 3-man knockup, but they don't have the damage really to follow up. The orb over the top, the right of the Arcane, dodges out. Paragon is so low, he gets the Kale ult on top. Do they have the damage? They finally do with Vbon. They're chasing down Banana. They find another kill, the flash away from Aeolios, but RTM again finding a fight out of nothing.
Yeah, what a lunatic. Raikage God went in the 1v5, and ROTM did such a great job of stunning him up there, immediately one-shotting him, and now they get a start on this Baron. Kale is recalling. They're not going to be able to contest this. ROTM, from being behind, just are gifted several kills. They're at 5k gold. They get that second dragon. They get a Baron as well. Oh my god.
This is where we saw the flip last game, though, on the Baron.
Yeah.
RTM took it and then gave it right back right afterward. Raikage God, oh my god, doesn't get this shuffle. The flash away from the Bard ultimate, but in comes Sejuani looking for the re-engage. Lexus is low, trying to dash back away. He's got the Lamb's Respite available if he needs it. Vbon is in. He's tanking everything. The auto! Raikage God's down, but Aeolios and Paragon from the top. The stun from Winged! They take down Kale before she can ult. Banana low. Dardoch Fanboy has nowhere to go. The ultimate's over the top from Winged. The double kill for Xerath. Hulk is on a magical journey of his own, but they take it down. It's an ace for Return of the Middlesticks. They're rolling through. Is there enough time for RTT to respawn?
No, our team should be able to finish this one off. The Rite of the Arcane has just been so on point from Wing Nation, consistently picking up these kills. And they're going to be able to end the game. What a ridiculous way. Just once they got one chance back in, they just immediately took everything. Wow, if you look at the scoreboard, that is not indicative of how close that game was. Holy shit.
2-0 return of the Middlesticks. They're on match point now. Those are two banger games, though. Both teams slugging it out. We'll see what blow RTT has if they can find their way back in. But now it's a reverse sweep, or that's it. Their season's over. So we'll take a short break. We'll be back with game number 3. ROTM leads 2-0. I need a breather. Whew.
Yeah.
Need to stop smoking or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, God.
Oh, I didn't look. Do you have the post-game screen still?
No, I don't.
Ah, fuck.
I know Lexus had 10 kills.
Oh, that's the person that I needed to know the number of kills for.
Yeah, V-Bon and Winged. I'm pretty sure V-Bon and like 85%. Winged, I'm pretty sure also had 10 kills. He picked up so many.
I'm
the back end
pretty
of
sure
those
about
plays.
it as well, but I'm gonna have to look. I don't need to be.
Not gonna scam him.
Not gonna scam people.
It should have been V-Bon and Boar versus Winged.
What order are these streams in? What the hell? The
You need
mobile
me to
app
look?
is so AIDS. What the?
I imagine using Twitch Mobile. Twitch Mobile is actually the worst.
How do I?
Yo, it's definitely definitely Winged and V-Bon.
That sounds like somebody who bet on Winged and V-Bon.
No, I bet on Boar.
Yeah.
I can show you. I'll type in chat and show you the red next to my name. Oh, it's not showing for some reason. Yeah, I voted Boar with 2,000 points. So,
Can you
do you
look
want me to
at?
screen cap it for you?
Yeah.
Damn, you don't believe me?
I'd just like to be sure.
Would I lie to you?
You have like once or twice before.
Really? Doesn't
Yeah.
sound like me.
Yeah. I mean, does this sound familiar? Yeah, I'm fine.
Wait, come on. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's 12 for V-Bon and Winged and 6 for
It's
Boar.
10.
So
10 for V-Bon.
it's more. It's more to less, you know. What are these for? Why do I but why? Alright. Oh, they actually labeled the sides this time. Let's go.
They were looking out for you.
All right. Draft for game number 3. Returning the Middlesticks on match point. Staying on the same sides. RTT has chosen blue side for game number 3. Their last stand potentially.
Yeah, and already same bands coming through. Ornn is the band, so Lee Sin and Ezreal, both banned first rotation in this series by RTT, are both going to be open. So they're going to be options. RTT, I'm going with the exact same bands, but deciding that they want to see Vbon on something else, because Ornn has been pretty good, even when he falls behind in lane, just is able to team fight so well and be such a great force for RTM.
Yeah, you know, that does leave up the Shen, though.
True, his second champion. Or the Gnar, you know, he
Or
could
the Gnar.
pull a Hoonie. Ezreal, gonna be the first pick again, so this is pretty close to the last draft. RTM, both times have locked in Tristana and Ornn here, so, you know, might see Tristana again, but we will have to see a different pick, and Lee Sin, potential here. Technically a flex pick, you know, could be jungle, could be top. I'm sure Winged plays it too. Has the potential for flex, but we'll have to see.
I feel like that's just casual flame at this point. It's pretty great.
Wait, who am I flaming?
Wait.
Wait. No, he's really good at a lot of champions. I don't
Yeah? Alright.
Yeah. Tristana locked in. Oh my god, that's an instant Pantheon.
Yeah, they've been preparing the Pantheon, I guess, for just this moment. And here it is, do or die game 3.
Do you think that's jungle? Mid support?
I think it's not
It has to be
jungle judging by the
support, right?
Xin Zhao. It's either
Well,
support or top lane.
I mean, I started asking when we couldn't see the Xin Zhao. Oh,
Ooh,
Diana.
Diana. I like that.
Okay.
This comp goes hard already with Pantheon Diana.
There's a lot of spice here. There's a lot of point and click. There's a lot of power here from RTT, deciding that just scaling into the late game is not what they're looking for this time around. Want to have a little bit more active role in it.
This feels like it should be
pretty
Shen.
spicy.
It's going to be Bard again for Hulk. I mean, man had some great stuns, a couple of good ultimates as well.
Troll ultimates, but you
Yeah,
know
he had a couple
that's,
troll ones. That's the Bard though. That's
the way of the
experience.
bard.
Yeah.
You know, the bard giveth and the bard taketh away. So, assumedly, mid and top lane missing for RTT, and RTM similarly mid and top lane. That's kind of what we have to assume.
Yeah,
Xerath going to be the ban, and you know, we talked about it. The Rite of the Arcane was so massive at the end of that last game, just picking up kills for Wing Nation. And the Vel'Koz ban as well, deciding if they want to see something different. I mean, that does leave up his most played this season. I assume it's his most played. He's played it a shit ton. And I think it's pretty good. So I was going to say Nico.
Oh. Alright, Scion for Vbon. A little off the board. That's not Shen, so off the board.
Swain and Nico actually do so well into Pantheon Diana
Kled?
and Kale too. Oh my god, there's a lot of short range here from RTT. I mean, if the mid laner isn't something like Azir, they could just instantly get screwed. Oh, it's
Mid lane
Diana?
is Pantheon.
Pantheon mid?
It's Thresh Ezreal
so-
bottom. I've got that. And then Kled I
s-
don't think can actually jungle. Sorry, Sapachi. So take your pick of Diana or Pantheon jungle. I think Diana is significantly stronger right now. And you ban 2 artillery mages, there's a third one. So Ziggs is the pick for Winged.
Yeah, there's a lot of really short range here on the side of RTT. They're going to be funneling in onto RTM, and you know, if you have to go through a minefield and you know several bombs, it could mean that by the time you get onto RTM, you're not healthy enough to actually win the fight. Wow, it is an aggressive composition though from RTT. It should be a banger. A lot of skirmishing here.
Yeah, now I don't know what I want to do for the last or for the prediction here.
For the prediction,
Um,
I don't know who's playing which, but we'll go. Um, we'll give you a little bit of time, and you can decide who's gonna have more kills, Diana or Pantheon. Maybe I should wait until the draft's done, and then I'll put in which champion names they are. But I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go. We're sending it.
So it's interesting because I'm pretty sure that Pantheon has a better matchup into Lee Sin than Diana does. And Diana probably has a better matchup into Ziggs than Pantheon does. But the issue is that Pantheon kind of sucks in the jungle right now. So, it feels like Diana kind of has to be jungle, but you're putting yourself in harder matchups. RTT is in a bit of a pickle, I think, as far as deciding where it goes. As the lock-in now, it looks like it would be Diana jungle and Pantheon mid. But Pantheon, I feel like he's gonna have a little bit of trouble into Ziggs, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. He should have a couple favorable early levels, and then it gets rough after that, right?
Yeah, I think the big thing is that he's never actually going to be able to pressure Ziggs without flash, or a jungle gank. And the issue is, pretty sure that Lee Sin should just be doing better than Diana, at least in the early game, as far as, jungle pressure goes. So it's just hard to say. An interesting angle here, though, from Lexus. So he went for the Lee Sin. Lee Sin, usually known for being aggressive early, pretty strong, skirmishes really well. Within this comp, I don't know how many proactive plays he wants to make. His team kind of wants to scale, kind of wants to, be more reactive in terms of just stopping the aggression from RTT. I'd like to see him path towards his bottom lane to try and help them out. Just because he does have a pretty strong bottom lane that they can skirmish around. But outside of that, it feels like a lot of it should just be warding for his team and being there to help win skirmishes, but in a more reactive manner.
Yeah, so 1 minute before this is definitely locked in as Pantheon mid and Diana jungle. I think that it makes the most sense when you have those champions. I still would love to see Pantheon support, but...
Yeah, the Thresh pick. I don't know. Pantheon should be playable support, right? He's not like great into Bard.
Yeah,
but he should be fine.
Like Mickey played it last week, even. It didn't go very well because they got counterpicked by Tarek, but it was there. Or no, Mickey tried to counterpick it with Pantheon, and it didn't go well because G2's just not great right now? Question mark. It's very strange, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be really interesting. I wish we could have seen a different mid laner. But as it is, this is set to be a banger. Like Kled, Diana, Pantheon, these champions go in. They are looking to fight. They are looking to get advantages. And, if RTT is able to snowball, they've been ahead in every single game so far. Our team also has been ahead in every single game so far,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of swinging back and forth, and RTT is sort of indexed in on that. They said, hey, we want to win these skirmishes. We want to get a lead. We want to be given this position again and just have to close out.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's a completely different style for their solo lanes. We've seen Aeolios and Raikage God play the scaling picks. The Azir, the Ryze, the Kayle. And this time they're on Kled and Pantheon. Those champions don't do a whole lot in the late game. I guess we'll put it that way.
Yeah, so Pantheon, ever since his changes, scales a little bit better than he previously did. But, especially since Raikage God, I think, played really well on the Ryze, played really well on the Azir, despite, just that one hiccup mid lane where he died to the gank.
All right, get your prediction in if you haven't, by the way. This is my verbal warning for you. You've got a minute left on Diana versus Pantheon. Only one person, it looks like, has voted, and they're voting for Diana, so... Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll just give him the Pantheon. Imagine thinking Pantheon's not going to have more kills. Come on. He do be playing Pantheon.
Alright, game number 3. Our team on match point. This is the draft that has to start the comeback for RTT. Are you putting your faith in it? how are you feeling about this one compared to their other two drafts?
I mean, there's a lot of potential here. This is harder to execute on, but they really took a draft that has agency, right? They have the strength in the early game. They have the potential. They're stronger. It's up to them to make the plays. And I think when you're going into, a game for your life in the tournament, I think having agency is exactly where I would want to be. Um, everything's in their hands in this game, and I like to see that.
Yep. An our team win books them a ticket to the semifinals, an RTT win, and we continue playing the rest of the night. So,
You know, I'd like to go to bed at some point,
yeah,
right? So, you know,
it's just games all the way down, honestly. Going BO
yeah, I don't
69.
want to, I don't want to show any bias, of course. I'm not rooting for Rodham because, I'm a Rodham caster. I'm rooting for Rodham so that at some point I can go to bed.
Yeah. So I always tell them before the series, like, it better be a quick 3-0. Either you'd better 3-0, or if you lose game one, just FF, please. Thanks.
But yeah, poised to take over this series again. Even though it's 2-0, these games have been so incredibly close. Just tiny little things going slightly differently, and we could be looking at a 2-0 the other way around. So, by no means is RTM, even a shoe-in for winning this game, right?
Yeah. Um, so welcome back to Summoner's Rift, game number 3. As we started up, Rising Tide Tsunami again on the blue side, wearing the blue health bars, and Return to the Middlesticks, reprising their role on the red side, wearing the red health bars. And a 5-stack, or a 4-stack at least, for RTT as
Yeah.
they head off toward their tri-bush.
They have the Pantheon level 1, so there's always the potential here. Thresh as well, so they can chain some CC. Pantheon being split up means that they're going to have to wait for him. They might get Hulk's flash here for this. I'd
Yep.
assume they do.
Yeah, they're stacking in the bush. Hulk is back all the way off, though.
Oh, he
He's
already...
headed for his chimes, so... Oh, now they're going
Oh,
to spot.
no.
Banana
Oh,
looking for the
no.
hook. He gets the auto attack, the flash forward for the stun into the hook, and Hulk is down for first blood. Dardoch fanboy will take that one.
Yeah, and the timing on that was just so unlucky there for Hulk. He had left to go pick up the chimes and just ends up... By the time he sees them, he's so close that actually flashing is just, going to be a waste. Right, Kage God, quick on the jump, and they're sticking around here. RTM doesn't have vision on this, so they don't know. They would have to check, or if they don't check, then they could be in trouble. The ward just from Hulk is going to be pretty good here, so that Lexus knows that his blue buff is gone.
Yeah, Raikage got again jumping in level 1, looking for more trades and, finding him.
Yeah, he has Conqueror, so, the early trade should be in his favor there when he gets to just auto-attack the Ziggs down the lane. But he has to be a little bit careful, because he knows that Lexus should be crossing over. If he were to engage again, he could end up getting just jumped on by the level 2 Lexus. And Lexus went straight to the blue buff, and actually we're going to see a fight here, because Dardoch Fanboy's there. Oh no, RTT has double prio, so Lexus is in trouble here.
Yeah, Iolios and Raikage God looking for him, and the stronger early game champs anyway. Did he get it?
No, he lost
No.
it.
Dardoch
Dardoch
fanboy able to
Fanboy
get
was
it.
able to pick it up.
Yeah, luckily Lexus is able to get out, it looks like, and Vbon will be fine as well, so nothing lost, but he is going to get 3 buffed, unfortunately, so not the
Yeah.
best start for Lexus.
3 buffed and he loses his flash. I think one thing that RTT has had going for them is that their level 1s, they've had a plan. Ooh, board going
Horde jumping
in.
forward, gets exhausted. That's a positive summoner spell trade. You take those.
Yeah, I don't know if the exhaust was necessary. The engage looked really not cohesive from Hulk and Boar.
Yeah.
But oh, Raikage got getting a good trade off. But no, RTT, I think that their level 1 jungle pathing has had a purpose to it each game, and they've gotten advantages through it, and I really like to see that.
Yeah, nice use of the joust there from Aeolios to get to the other side of Ebon, avoid the decimating smash. That looks like not a great matchup for Sion early on, as our resident Kled player said in the chat. So we'll see if Ebon can kind of equalize and weather the storm as he's done countless times before.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult here in the early game. Kled, pretty strong, and obviously, as Aeolios is showing, he must be pretty confident in the matchup because he is just dashing through and refusing to get hit by a decimating smash.
Yeah, Lexus is chilling near mid lane. He got the bottom crab and was looking maybe for Raikage God, but he's just going to head out and stun that crab for his jungler, so...
Yeah, and Lexus is in such a hard position. He had to go back into his bottom side to pick up the camps. Oh, he's looking bottom lane here.
Yeah,
They
Hulk
don't have the
walking
exhaust.
in, gets the slow onto Banana, the jump forward, a lot of damage
Oh,
coming
wow.
through. Oh, the Q didn't land from Lexus, but the flash forward from Boar is able to take the kill. But a teleport coming in from Aeolios, the counter teleport from Winged is coming through to try to ward him off, and they'll get Private Boar out of there. So just one kill for ROTM, and Lexus trying to make the most of his rough start.
Yeah, and that's pretty big
Oh,
for
Hulk, they're
Lexus.
coming
Oh,
back around looking for Paragon. They get the slow. Lexus, does he want this? They're going to at least dismount. Oh, they're not going to dismount Kled
aw.
immediately. Lexus is going to fall. The turret shot proving too much for him, and Boar biting off a little more than he can chew. Flash forward, but the pocket pistol isn't quite enough there from Aeolios, but now Dardoch Fanboy is on top of Vbon as he was getting a little greedy looking for the push. The dash forward with the Lunar Rush, continuing to auto him down, and Vbon isn't going to be able to get to the wall. He doesn't have flash anyway, it looks like, so Vbon turned into a zombie and a solo kill for Dardoch Fanboy.
And pretty good start here from RTT. RTM got a good gank off in the bottom lane, but stick around a little bit too long. Lexus ends up going underneath the turret and gives back a kill. And then the top lane, Dardoch Fanboy able to chase down Vbon and pick that up as well. It's pretty big here for RTT. They needed to get a lead, and right now they have a pretty big lead, specifically in the jungle. Is just massive right now. 20 CS and 2 kills in favor of Dardoch Fanboy. He is a full 1,000 gold up already in this game. So, pretty scary. Look into the Diana to carry this game. He's definitely in a position to.
Yeah. Um, it's a scary proposition for Lexus as more people are shooting off fireworks outside the house and scaring the shit out of me. So thank you for that.
One thing, Diana hasn't recalled yet. She is level 6, but hasn't spent any of her money. So right now, relatively even with Lexus, even though he's 2 levels behind, as far as gold goes. And just a little bit of quiet here.
Level 6 hit, so the Grand Starfall available for Raikage God. Got the potential of the cross-map ults now with a Mega Inferno Bomb as well. The charge will be up soon for Aeolios, and there it is. So a lot of those globals, semi-globals coming up. And Vbon trying to trade. This doesn't look great early on, but he's got his Bramble Vest. He's doing his best up here in the top lane.
Yeah, eventually should be able to, stand up to Kled and at least not get completely bullied out by him. But that's a couple items from now. In the meantime, just trying to weather the storm. Um, yeah, I think that the game slowing down a bit should favor ROTM, though Dardoch Fanboy is invading onto the red buff. He might end up finding Lexus here. He still hasn't recalled. And Lexus has a pickaxe over him, but it's level 6 to level 5. If they find each other, could be really close.
Yeah, he's got the Moonfall available, and Lexus is not quite level 6, and he's not going to get it off of the Raptors. Well, he actually doesn't check the red. He's just going to give that up.
I
Not
think
feeling strong enough because he didn't hit the 6, I think.
he queued over the wall, and it didn't hit a red buff, so he put a question mark on it and decided to just back up. But Vbon
Yeah, V-Bond
You
maybe a little
knew.
overextended. The Moonfall coming forward. The charge as well.
Oh!
They're going to dismount. Dardoch
Oh!
Fanboy's taking it up. It's the trade back for V-Bond. Can he actually track down Mini Kled? The pocket pistol getting him a little bit of distance. Hulk is in. Boar takes the magical journey just a little bit later. Lexus looking for it. Hits the slowdown onto Banana. They're going to be able to take down the Thresh. Boar takes that kill. Paragon is out, but the Grand Skyfall is in as Raikage God finishes him off. The Mega Inferno Bomb not doing a whole lot as Boar trying to kite back out, but there's nowhere to go. It's a double kill for Raikage God. And now Winged and Lexus still trying to kite back away. Lexus still sitting on level 5, doesn't have the kick available. V-Bond teleporting back into the top side to try to save his turret, a little bit of damage from Aeolios, but that's going to give the dragon up to Raikage God and Paragon.
Looked like Lexus and Bourne might have gotten baited just a little bit by the Mega Inferno Bomb coming in. They expected a little bit more damage. They stuck around, just weren't committed to leaving, and it means that RTT is able to pick up a couple kills on the backside there. But that play top lane, it felt like it was a little bit troll for V-Bond to be there. If Lexus said that his red buff is gone, then V-Bond shouldn't be allowed to walk outside of his turret, but did a really good job underneath the turret to actually end up trading the kills and picking up the shutdown onto Dardoch Fanboy is pretty big here for him.
Yeah, Magical Journey in. They're going to hit the Resonating Strike again onto Banana, get the flash away.
Really good play there from Banana to make sure that Lexus isn't able to end up insecking either him or his AD carry. So, pretty good there. It feels like V-Bond's wave is so often just not in a good position up here. Mei just hasn't gotten the chance to really have control of the wave. It just keeps getting crashed and then slow pushing away from him, but it's not been ideal so far for him.
Yeah, not falling super far behind in CS. Staying relatively even with Kled is all you can ask for, honestly, from this matchup. But the mid and jungle gaps just continuing to grow. That's a nice hook, though, from Banana. The flay in onto Hulk. He gets the stun onto Paragon, gets the little speed boost from the Shrine, able to dodge out thanks to the heal, and Hulk is fine. So a couple of Summoner spells expended, but some nice sidesteps from Hulk. He's still level 5 as well. Not as well, but he's very far behind in XP.
That was really well played by Banana. Is walking towards Boar, so is acting like the hook was going there, but just turned and hit Hulk with it. Really well played. But yeah, the pressure here in the bottom lane, Paragon and Banana being able to make plays like that is pretty big to just sort of make sure that the Tristana Bard lane that should be ahead isn't picking up too many kills, isn't actually getting too much of a lead. Because it could be really difficult as this game goes on.
Yep. V-Bond gonna try to freeze this, but with only 2 minions, it's gonna slow push back, yeah.
Yeah, which, it isn't great. He kind of wants Aeolios to go up there and, brain off, just shove it back into him. But Aeolios looks like he's looking for the ult mid.
Yeah, looking for the charge, but not going to be able to find anything. Wing playing pretty passively. And again, the longer this continues, the more we're feeling better for ROTM. They have definite scaling advantages in most of their lanes, if not all of them. Maybe not jungle. I think it'd be the exception. Right?
Yeah, jungle not scaling, and like bot lane maybe not scaling. Ezreal is pretty broken.
Yeah, Ezreal is pretty good.
V-Bond, just quit trading with him. Let him brain off shove into you.
Yeah, I think
you're just looking to farm that.
He's really valuing his grass procs. The satchel charge away from Winged, but the Moonfall sucks him in. The old Bard ultimate is not in time, and Raikage God's on a killing spree. So another pick in the mid lane, a good gank timing from Dardoch Fanboy, continuing to snowball this Pantheon.
And I will say that Wing Nation so far has been doing a really good job of not falling prey to just that, against the Pantheon, who has the point and click stun, and with the Diana, who's had just so much pressure in the jungle this game, just a massive lead. Not dying is pretty big.
Yeah, Lexus was feeling it, but not quite there. Has to kick away Pantheon before anything else ensues. Now Dardoch Fanboy up on the top side of the rift. Not going to be able to find that lunar or the Crescent Strike, so yeah, he does have Herald. He picked that up at some point,
but he's up 30 CS, and he's going to get the top side here from Lexus, so it's just so doomed. Dardoch fanboy is so far ahead this game.
Oh, Hulk
Oh,
looking for that
Lexus,
engage in
look at
bottom
bot.
lane. They bring in Lexus. Banana's pretty low. The True Shot Barrage not doing a whole lot. The teleport behind, though, they have to be careful. Boar gonna hop back out, but in comes the charge. Latches onto Lexus, diving forward. Oh, the Buster Shot over the wall is gonna kill Lexus. Boar falls as well. The Grand Skyfall coming in. Vbon and Wing just trying to kite back away from Dardoch fanboy, but it doesn't matter as Vbon falls and ROTM, they've been playing so patient and passively, but all of a sudden they give up 3 kills, and they're going to give up even more than that, it looks like.
Yeah, they saw multiple members of RTT in the top side of Lexus, thought that they could just make the play, but Raikage God had the ultimate to come down, and Aeolios channeled the teleport so quickly that they instantly turned that play around. Winged is in a rough spot here. He might get dove. Banana's behind the turret.
Yeah, Bananas behind the
Oh,
turret, the dash forward with the rocket belt into the Moonfall. Winged gets temporarily saved by the Bard ultimate, but can't take the satchel charge as Raikage God finishes him off. He's just got a little bit of health left, survives that last turret shot, and another clean dive for RTT into another dragon. Their second of the game should be relatively free.
yeah, definitely. And this is uh, such a different look from the first couple games. It feels like this one's a lot more controlled. They're playing
Oh,
aggressively. Oh,
they're
Paragon.
looking for Paragon. The flash forward from Boar continuing to auto down. He gets the
Oh,
reset on the rocket jump. He's in
oh!
and oh, just saved. The cosmic binding isn't there from Hulk, and now they're trying to kite back away from Aeolios, but it's not going to matter. The True Shot Barrage finishes off the kill, and Boar now has nowhere to run. He's cornered. He's going to be taken down.
Wow, and so close. That was almost the play that RTM made in the first game to get back in, was to take advantage of Paragon being alone while RTT did the Dragon. But this time around, Boar just not quite enough damage, and a great Lantern out means that RTT gets away without losing anything, just picks up a couple more kills in the process. And 6,500 gold at 15 minutes is a pretty significant lead here.
Yeah, this is scary time for ROTM. It's getting well out of their grasp now. They've got to find some miracle fight to bring it back, and it's going to take some scaling. You can just see the mythics compared to no mythics, basically. That tells a lot of the story.
Yeah, definitely. And with this composition, if this game goes 20 more minutes, our team should have a really good shot at winning this. The issue is just getting to that point because there's so many go buttons, there's so much commit that RTT has as they find Vbon.
Yeah, they've found him, the Kled ultimate in. He's going to be able to flash away to the turret, but I don't know that he can really hang out here. Right, Kage God and Aeolios still exerting pressure. We're only 16 minutes into this game, but it feels kind of broken open now for RTT, and they're they're doing all right. They're doing pretty well this game. 3
Yeah,
minutes to go on Infernal Dragon Spawn, and they're they've been playing patiently enough to hit their item spikes to find good fights, but not so impatiently that they're getting outscaled by any means.
in the previous games, their big undoing when they had a lead is that they would just go a little bit too far forward, maybe diving a turret that they really shouldn't be, or just overcommitting to a fight. Um, in this game, there just hasn't been any of that. They've been playing extremely safely. Lexus, I don't know if he can actually look for anything there. He's posturing aggressively, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
Oh no,
they're going to
there's
look
three
for the
people
dive
top.
top. Yeah, Dardoch
Bard
Fanboy
has
just going
ult.
to drop the Herald in. The Bard Ultimate doing a little bit of stalling work, but it's just not going to matter. Oh, Dardoch Fanboy pretty low, but I don't think Zombie Scion can finish it off. Shelly finishes off the turret as well, and another clean dive for RTT. Now looking for a little bit more as the Grand Skyfall comes in mid. Not able to track down Wing, but they'll find Lexus and take him down.
Yeah, and Raikage God with this ultimate has just had so much impact on the map. This Pantheon has been massive this game. They're once again picking up the kill and just stopping any sort of aggression that RTM tries to do. They try to get a turret, they try to trade any amount of plays, and it's just not going well for them. Going to be able to use the Mega Inferno Bomb to eventually clear out this wave, but not quickly enough. And RTT picks up their second turret of the game. But they are up 12 kills, nearly 10,000 gold in their favor. 90 seconds on this third dragon, so it's probably going to be our big timer is, around 28, 29 minutes. If they're pressuring that Infernal Soul, then they'll probably be looking to end the game.
Yeah. Second item's finished up. It's a death cap for Dardoch Fanboy. Straight
Oh
off
my
the
god.
shelf, skipping over his tier 2 boots to finish that one up, and he's a he's a strong man right now.
He has two completed items. One of them a death cap. And you just take a peek, and Vbon, poor Vbon, is not even close to finishing his mythic. Hulk either. It's just the inventory disparity is just a little bit depressing at this point.
Yeah, Winged able to grab that turret with the satchel charge, but has to be careful as the death squad is headed in. Hulk, I don't think he knew that the Thresh was there, but able to sidestep the hook anyway. Mega Inferno Bomb. Oh, Wing got the blue buff. Small victories. That's 100 gold.
Oh, that's blue buff is the most important thing on the map at any given point, and able to pick that up. That might be the window that ROTM needs to get back into this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
it could
Or,
be.
it might not be.
Yeah,
That's
Hulk is very dead again. The Moonfall from Dardoch Fanboy picks up his 5th kill of the game. Uh, and now the charge coming in bottom lane.
okay.
He's
Well,
got nowhere to run, getting herded back in. Wing, they have a lot of buttons to hit on him. He's down again. Raikage God with the kill. He's dominating. He retakes the lead on the bet, the prediction. And
in RTT, they knew that blue buff was the most important thing. With Wing Nation having it on him, they knew he had to die. So, just casually collapsing their entire team down. They're able to pick that up, able to pick up the third dragon for free. Artyom trying to get some turret damage on the other side of the map. Should be able to take this down, but RTT's just pushing in mid. And Boar,
ooh,
oh,
yeah, the reverse of what we've seen from the other games. It's Paragon going aggressively onto Boar and finding a good trade. Hulk is level 7 right now. He's the lowest level in the game by 2 levels. That's a rough life.
uh, you know, when you're a bard that's died 4 times and can't go out to pick up his chimes, sometimes you fall a little bit far behind. Um, okay. So if RTM's going to get back into this game, what does it take? Like, maybe RTT starting up a Baron, getting the big debuff on them, and then just eating like a massive Zigzult. Maybe? Or
Yeah,
just like getting picked in a side lane and giving up all of their shutdowns at once.
yeah. Our team has to be able to track down these shutdowns in order to get anything started, and then they have to go onto targets that are going to explode in damage. So you need Wing, you need Boar to pick them up. It's a
Yeah.
tall ask, because it's going to be very difficult to kill any of these guys right now. The biggest ones, of course, on Pantheon, who has the Golden Aegis. You have Dardoch Fanboy, who can stay safe with his shield. He's got a bunch of dashes. He's just got a billion damage anyway. It's tough.
Yeah. Trying to find one of them separated from the rest of the team is sort of your only bet, at this point, if you're Fnatic bushing or something, just trying to find a way to get a pick to get back into this game, because, just fighting straight up, barring RTT, just like taking a nap for 10 minutes, it seems really difficult to imagine you just outscaling them without, picking up these shutdowns.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go on the Infernal Soul as well, potentially for RTT. Lexus getting starved out of his jungle repeatedly. They're really putting the screws in. This is getting rougher and rougher as the time goes, as it turns out. Oh, looking for the
Oh,
pick. Banana gonna get kicked in. Do they have the damage to actually finish him off in any reasonable amount of time? Oh, the shield keeps him alive. Vbon is in, but they can't track down any damage. The Skyfall comes in. They finish off Thresh, but can they get out? It doesn't look like it. Hulk is just fighting Diana on the top side. Vbon is tanky. He's tanking up everybody for a while, but it just doesn't matter. Diana finishes off Hulk on the bottom side. They'll finish off Vbon as well. He's trying to fight in zombie mode, but it just doesn't matter. 4 kills for RTT as they pull the trigger on the counter engage, and they come out healthier for it.
Yeah, I like to see that our team was looking for the play. It's not the best engaged in the world, but they're trying to find some sort of a pick to get back into this game as opposed to, just rolling over and dying. You like to see that, but unfortunately, as it's supposed to go, RTT ends up coming out on top. It was probably like a 3% play, and we saw the 97% there.
Yeah, so Baron gonna go the way of Rising Tide Tsunami. 21-4 in kills. They are rolling over this game. It's
Yeah,
uh it's a rough reset now for RTM, maybe looking toward game 4.
I think at this point you're definitely just looking at game 4. You're like, okay, what happened this game, and what can we do to stop it? I think a lot of it comes from that level 1, the invade, where they're able to get the kill onto Hulk, and then forced Lexus into an extremely awkward jungle path by going buff to buff. RTT did a really good job of taking advantage of their winning lanes everywhere across the map, and they had a plan. I think RTM needs to have a plan to counteract that, whether that's making sure that they have the push in the way, in their solo lanes at the beginning of the game, or whether they're stacked, whether they're the ones who are invading. I think something needs to change because RTT's done a really good job of picking up advantages at the beginning of these games.
Yeah, dragon spawning in 30 seconds represents the Infernal Soul for Rising Tide Tsunami. Aeolios is going to split push as he does. He'll take down his inner turret there. And RTM, are they going to look for the pick trade for the Infernal Soul? Doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it even if they go for it. Lexus is on a mission. He actually didn't get spotted on a ward. This is
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to steal a dragon, Pog.
Yeah, Paragon just taking some damage there from Hulk, but as it turns
Yeah,
out, Hulk takes
Paragon taking damage from Hulk.
significantly more damage back. Yeah.
Weird, 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 weird.
Yep, Paragon getting slowed up. Lexus
Oh,
steals the dragon. So off to his start. Paragon is down. It's a shutdown for Winged and the
okay.
jump away. Banana has to try to get away. He's not going to get knocked up, but in comes Raikage God. He's on the board, just eliminates him from the map. Vbon and Raikage God. This isn't much of a fight. Vbon or Hulk is disconnected. That's a little unfortunate. But in comes the Death Squad for Rising Tide Tsunami. They're down Ezreal, but here comes the rest of the team. Good knockup from Vbon, trying to delay the engage from Dardoch Fanboy. Nexus turret 1 is down. Nexus turret number 2
Oh,
is under fire, but it's not down yet. Wing gets another shutdown off of the bouncing bomb. They get the dismount on Aeolios. They connect the kick from Lexus, looking for it. The binding onto Raikage God. They knock him back. They knock him around. Can they actually finish off the kill at any point? He's kiting back away. Hulk is looking for Aeolios, but it's the remount for Kled. Raikage
oh
God
my
finishes
God.
him off. It's a double kill in the base. He's 1v3, but Boar is going to finally finish him off. It's another shutdown, but Aeolios is very strong. He dashes forward. He gets the joust. He's got the second one marked onto Winged as well. Finishes him off. He's dominating. It's Boar versus the world now. Boar
Oh
can't
no.
find the reset on Banana. It's a double kill for Aeolios, and Paragon has respawned and will be able to join. The Nexus turret's under fire. That'll be it for game number 3. Rising Tide Tsunami strikes back. They get on the board. It's 2-1 now for Return of the Middlesticks, but there's the hope for RTT.
Yeah, definitely. And RTM, I think you just need to look at that, identify what went wrong, and then just immediately forget that game. You had a couple good things, a couple good plays, especially there at the end. Did a really good job of, looking for opportunities to get back into the game. But it's just game 3. Brush it off and come back. Reset for game 4.
Yeah, so we'll take just a short break. We'll be back with game number 4 in just a minute.
Did you make it back?
I did.
Hog. Looks like they're readying up in the draft, so we should have that underway here in a moment.
Yeah, I've got to put another text box in.
Oh yeah, they swap sides.
They swap sides. RTM on blue side for game number 4, their selection, and RTT on red side. So, what changes are we gonna see? What's gonna be the first pick that RTM are after?
Yeah, same bands. It looks like. Ezreal has been hotly contested first pick this series. Tristana could make sense, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the Ezreal for Boar.
Yep, take Paragon off of something he's had pretty good success on the last 2 games. Get Boar on a comfortable pick as well. And we'll see what RTT wants to answer with. We've seen Paragon only play Vayne and Ezreal, and now it's going to be Kai'Sa locked in for him.
Should be pretty interesting here. You know, Kai'Sa doesn't show too much of the comp. Could see a jungler locked in here. Pantheon was also really strong last game. You know, always the potential. And actually, the Shen, the takeaway from Vbon.
Continuing with kind of their semi-global idea, where is it going to go, though? That's a big question. And Diana's going to be the lock-in. That'll be a flex between Lexus and Wing, but probably Lexus going to take that one.
Yeah. And I'd assume that that's Shen top, but I technically could be support, maybe could be jungle.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Who is to say? Alistar locked in for Hulk, and the Xin immediately countered by Dardoch Fanboy. So going pretty quickly through this first group of bans. How do you like Ezreal Alistar as a combo?
I mean, not the most. It's fine, right? Like, Alistar can set up some Ezreal damage. They can do some damage early.
Evelyn
yeah, I don't
is
know
Vel'Koz,
if it's...
by the way.
Evelyn is Vel'Koz. Okay.
Yeah, they're both purple.
But yeah, Alistar... I don't know. I think that, yeah, I'd prefer to see like a Karma, maybe, but this should be fine. Bit of engage is never bad. Vel'Koz and Xerath being the bans, I think makes a lot of sense. You know, so far we're basically the same as we were last game. Zed was the ban for ROTM in this spot last game, so we'll see if they go with that or, you know, decide that Pantheon was the issue or any number of other things.
Yeah, a couple more seconds for them to decide. Lee Sin's made it all the way through. Was banned the first 2 games, picked in the third game, and Leona the takeaway from Banana. So no Leona Kai'Sa combo. Nautilus feels like a pretty natural pick right here if that Shen is top.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's the normal pick with Kai'Sa. You have the CC, you can just set her up, and then of course, being an engage tool, when your team has Shen, you need to engage somewhere else on the map, so.
And it's Poppy.
Poppy. So is it Poppy support or Shen support?
Interesting.
Very. Do you think we just see like a Gnar here?
It's either Gnar or Gassion. Or Gamalfight, the Shard of the Monolith.
Shard of the Monolith is a pretty good champion. And getting that locked in there. Seeing a different look here.
Not the best
and
matchup into Shen. A little bit better against Poppy, but yeah, you're not picking it for lane matchup usually.
Shen kind of shits on tanks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, and Ziggs, the run back.
Alright, so
do we just see Zed here?
It's a big AoE wombo from ROTM though, with the Diana Moonfall. You have the double knockups from Alistar and Malphite into Mega Inferno Bomb and True Shot Barrage. They're looking to team fight. They're looking to 5v5. They're looking to just blast some kids.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of range here too. Ziggs and Ezreal are pretty difficult to get onto. Oh, an Echo is gonna be the response pick. That's interesting. Um, wow. I'm really interested to see if it's Shen or Poppy top.
Yeah,
I feel like Poppy supports better in this case.
yeah.
Because it like fucks up Alistar, and it means that Shen gets the favorable matchup into Malphite. But I mean, I said the same thing last game where like matchup wise, Pantheon jungle is a little bit maybe stronger. Um, but they went the other direction. It'd be really interesting to see where they end up going this time.
Yeah. Um, we'll have to see here. Uh, who got more kills last game? Diana or Pantheon?
Pantheon did.
Pantheon did?
And I did vote for Pantheon, just to
I'll
be clear.
I'll trust you this time. If you're wrong, I don't know. To be clear, not a single clue.
It was the Pantheon. If you remember, he kind of got a triple kill in the base there at the
Yeah,
end.
I figured that would have swung it, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I think it was close. I think it was like 10-6 or 10-8. But yeah. So far, looks like Shen top lane.
Yeah.
Which I think makes the most sense. God, I don't even know who would be favored in this. It feels like ROTM has a more standard composition. They have the scaling, they have the wombo combo, they have the big damage. But RTT's comp is pretty good too. It's a little bit more skirmishy, a little bit more scrappy. But you have the Shen to get on top of Echo, to get on top of Xin Shao and help out with the dives. I don't know. I think this one's gonna be a banger. I don't even know who's favored in it.
Yeah. We're in deep time too. Game number 4. 2-1. Our team can close out the series with a win, but now all of the momentum on the side of RTT.
Yeah,
Tell me who's... Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that that last game losing like that, where it's just a complete and total snowball. It's miserable. The game was over for 15 minutes before it was actually over. Can be tilting. It's gonna really be up to ROTM to come back with a refreshed mindset, not let that last game affect them. Because in a game like this, or in a series like this, in a best of 5, losing like that can hurt. That is something that could carry over.
Yeah. Prediction this time, who's going to have larger kill participation percentage? So they need to have the higher percentage of their team's kills and assists. Is it Lexus or is it Dardoch Fanboy? Two junglers head to head.
Wow. That's not even a question of who's going to do better. Because it could be like, oh, maybe this team only gets 2 kills, but you know what? The jungler was there for both of them.
Yep.
What do you think? Where's your money going if you were betting?
If I were betting, if I were legally allowed to bet on this, I'd probably lean Lexus, as he feels a little more. The Diana feels more like a linchpin of their team, whereas it feels like Echo and Kaisa can get solo kills and things like that. So
I think that makes a lot of sense.
But we'll see. Right now, people throwing the 3K down on Dardoch fanboys, so no one taking my advice.
I guess I'll match that. Don't worry, I'll put in the points for you. Okay.
Oh, I don't want that pressure.
It's there, man. If I lose my points, I am going to blame you.
All right. Well, now it starts to be fatigue time, right? Game number 4. This is longer sets, more strenuous sets than these players have played all split. And yeah, we'll see. Usually you'd think when you get more tired, the easier to execute team comp becomes a little bit stronger. Which one do you think that is?
Easier to execute is probably the team with the press R comp, right? ROTM has the shard, they have Ziggs, they have Diana, they have Ezreal. They're just trying to layer their ultimate. It should be easier. Whereas it feels like RTT, kind of has the pressure on them to make some plays. That's what Xin Xiao, that's what Echo, that's what Kai'Sa want to be doing. They want to be making some plays, getting some, solo kills, some one skirmishes. Whereas RTM, they just want a death ball. So in that sense, it feels like, favorable to RTM. But last game, we saw RTT on a more skirmishy, on a more scrappy comp, and that was the most, the least close game so far, right? So maybe this is just their strong suit. Maybe they've just hit their stride.
Well, another minute 20 before the rubber hits the road. Is that a phrase?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it refers to tires because tires are rubber.
Well, um, it's the big test. We'll see if RTM can flip back momentum in the series and close it out, or if RTT will continue to capitalize and ride their momentum wave. They have to be feeling pretty good. They're back on what feels like should be kind of tricky, like comfort picks for them. You have the Poppy into the Alistar bottom. You got the sides. Do you foresee a big invade from RTT? What do you think you're looking for here at level 1?
And RTT is probably stronger at level 1, but not much, right? Like, they don't really have a ton of power coming through, so it'll be interesting if they do invade, then, there's potential for RTM to punish them for it. They have the Ezreal, they have Alistar. If everyone ends up walking straight in, Alistar can get a massive ground slam. It'll be interesting. But yeah, RTM, I think that having the defensive vision to catch out and invade and make sure that Lexus doesn't get, just pathing screwed at the very beginning of the game could be really big here because he's on the weaker of the two junglers in the early game.
Nice. All right. I don't know what's going on with my client right now.
I think it's struggling. The internet's shitting the bed a little bit.
Yeah, our internet is definitely 100% shitting the bed currently. I'm currently broadcasting at 0 kilobytes per second.
Pog?
Pog? 7.
Well, game started.
7 kilobytes per second.
That's
I can now
more?
respectate the game.
Oh, should I pause? Because I'm in game.
I mean, I am not. I got kicked out. So.
Okay. Well, they do be invading though.
Okay.
Are you wanting the play-by-play?
No. I'm at. I'll speed up to live, I guess, really quick.
Okay.
Hopefully my stream starts to capture, because here comes the invade from RTT walking straight in. I still have music playing because I haven't turned it off, and the Crescent Strike gonna find him. Boar taking a lot of damage. He's got to get away. It has to skill E, it looks like, early on, so that's a little unfortunate. I still have music going, and I'm sorry about this. This is going terribly for me right now. Okay, we've killed the music.
I don't think you're at live, by the way.
I'm still not at live. We're still going forward, and now we're there. 120, 121, 122.
Okay. Yeah, it's about right. Awesome. So, not a whole lot, just some good vision, I think, from RTT. They've done this every game where they know exactly where Lexus is starting. It'll be interesting to see if Dardoch Fanboy decides to just immediately cross over again, and split the map, or if he just decides to clear normally. RTM doesn't really have the vision to know whichever way he goes, so, Lexus is kind of in the dark here. Yeah, and Dardoch Fanboy is crossing over, is splitting the map, and Lexus might just be screwed again from level 1.
Yeah, big apologies as we continue to drop frames. We can thank Xfinity. They're Comcastic, as it turns out. Yeah, trade from the turret there onto Raikage God is going to equal that one up, but there's the crossover. Does Lexus know? Will Lexus go blue?
I don't think he does. I think he's screwed. He's going to lose everything. And he's never going to be able to get that blue buff. And as Diana, if you fall behind, your clear isn't that great. Yeah, no, he's kiting towards his top side. Oh, he's so fucked. Our team's level 1 vision has just been entirely outclassed by RTT. RTT has played it so well every game. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, well, he's looking
Oh,
for the gank. He's actually getting a little greedy maybe and going to find Lexus here. Now jumping forward. W not going to connect onto
uh,
Winged, and they're not going to get the parallel convergence either. So just going to scare Winged a little bit, but now Lexus definitely knows. We'll see if he can make the best of this. He's going to be able to get a Scuttle Crab, it looks like, but going to get 3 buffed for a second game in a row.
well, one thing is that he can see that Dardak Fanboy only had 12 CS, which means that he took exactly 3 camps. His own red buff, and then Lexus's blue buff and Gromp. So he knows that the Raids are up, he knows that the Golems are up. He can go pick those up if he wants.
Ooh.
He's actually looking mid. Ooh,
Yeah,
good
flash
flash
away from
there.
the parallel convergence for Winged. A little bit of damage down onto Raikage God, but uh, he's calling in Lexus, and that feels a little bit enterprising. Raikage God low. Lexus has the Lunar Rush. It's first blood for Lexus. That'll equalize a little bit as Dardock Fanboy still continuing to scrap it out. Lexus has the Crescent Strike, has a couple more autos, and Winged will take the kill. 2-0 for return of the Middlesticks around the mid lane.
Yeah, it's pretty massive, especially considering how far behind Lexus was, and
Oh,
with Xin
teleport
Shao
in from
Echo.
Raikage God looking for the re-engage. The shield is not going to find the stuns on the parallel convergence, and yeah, now Taunt in the top lane. Vbon just able to flash away with a split little bit of health, and yeah, sorry, now you can talk.
No, I was just gonna say with Xin Shao Echo, you expect to be coming out on top of the early skirmishes, so ROTM coming out with the kills is pretty massive here. It's bigger than, just a couple of kills because it sort of stops a lot of the aggression, a lot of the power, a lot of the advantage that the RTT champion should have. Echo though, I thought that he was gonna look bottom, but he's just gonna hit the plant and take a reset, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah, another early CS advantage for Paragon and Banana down here in the bottom lane. About 10 right now. It'll be evened up maybe to about 5 after Borg collects this wave, but still maybe a little bit worrying for ROTM as the CS advantages were kind of the early tipping point for RTT in game number 3.
It's kind of crazy to me. ROTM somehow ended up with like losing matchups literally everywhere.
Yeah.
At least in the early game. That's kind of usually expect like 1 or 2, especially against red side, but they're just kind of not winning anywhere as far as like on paper.
Yeah.
They obviously opted into some of these matchups so they feel comfortable enough, whether that's just with the scaling option or what. But after the way that the last game had went, it's interesting that they are confident enough to go into unfavorable matchups, I think.
Oh, Vbon level 6 might have to use his ultimate out, but gets the move speed from the cheese wheel, and he'll zip back away. He walks back into Dardock Fanboy, looking to continue this engage. He's got no help in his back pocket, but he's just beating his ass. He's got ultimate available if he wants to pop it. Dardock Fanboy has no flash, but Alios should be able to keep him safe.
Yeah, gonna be fine there. And while this is going on, Legacy has actually started up the dragon. They have pressure here in the bottom lane, and Raikage God is flirting with walking down there, but not committing to it means that ROTM avoids the gank top lane and picks up the dragon, feeling pretty good about themselves.
Yep, now level 6 for Aeolios, and now he'll have his Stand United available to fly in on the backs of Echo or Kaisa or Zinzao. Um, so a lot more dangerous on a gank, but Boar and Hulk doing a pretty good job continuing to get their poke down onto Banana. Maybe look for something there in the bottom lane eventually.
Yeah, and it's just Dardock Fanboy, keep an eye on him. He just finished up his red buff. He's walking in. He's taking the crab. Oh, Hulk?
Hulk was looking for the engage onto Banana, but only gets Paragon with it.
But Dardoch Fanboy could be looking for a reinvade onto the second spawn of the blue buff. He knows that it's up. And it looks like he's actually going top here. Probably isn't going to be able to get much. That wave's not really in a gankable position, but...
The standing right.
Oh, the bait?
Oh, the
The
bait
bait?
for the cancel. He's looking for Vibon. The taunt lands from Aeolios, and they'll finish him off.
Okay, that was kind of 5-head. I don't know.
That was a good play. I liked that. That was cheeky as hell.
Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't work, you're just fucked forever. But, you know, Vibon always willing to give up his lane to help out others on his team, willing to just instantly throw down the ultimate. That was well played.
Yeah,
I like
that was neat. That was a cool little play. Well, Rift Herald gonna go the way. Well, maybe it's gonna be contested. Lexus is walking in. They don't have Shard ultimate. But Lexus still maybe looking for it. They're going to stun up. They've got a Hulk trapped, but they get the knock up, the Mega Inferno Bomb over the top. Lexus has finished one off. He finishes off the Rift Herald as well. Aeolios trying to kite back away. The dive out from Raikage got as he had just a little bit of health left. Vibon gets finished off by Banana's Hammer Shock. Hulk tries to get the headbutt away, but the Time Winder finishes him off. Aeolios with the double taunt through. Winged has to flash away, but he's being chased, and Raikage God has just so much mobility. But Lexus looking for the re-engage. It was such a good W, though, from Aeolios, but now Lexus trying to kite this one out. He's got the shield. One more auto, he finishes him off. A double kill, and Boar almost takes down Paragon in the bottom lane. I think that's a net positive for ROTM. It definitely is for Lexus. He's 5-0-1 now.
He's massive. He has a 5
Oh, and Boar! All right.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd say overall that went okay for ROTM. That skirmish was so close, and neither team really had a ton of DPS. It was a bunch of melee characters just auto-attacking each other, eventually trying to take each other down, and... Hulk and Banana. Hulk, I don't know, buddy.
Hulk, you just hit it. Oh man,
you're just gonna get thrown against the wall. Echo's coming, man. I don't know.
The headbutt though, he's got it. He's out of
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Lexus do be pretty strong though. You see, he has a Gnasher's Tooth in the inventory. That's pretty good at 10 minutes. That's pretty okay.
Yeah, that doesn't suck. They're looking for a Paragon now. True Shot. Oh, it didn't hit.
Oh.
So that might be a little bit of an issue for them, but it's, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. They didn't lose too much for it either, so just the back off. And Hulk now has to burn the ultimate, but Lexus is here looking to turn the fight. Jumps in with the Moonfall, the Mega Inferno Bomb as well. They finish off Banana, and Dardoch Fanboy in trouble, but has the ultimate, just keeping him topped off just enough. Winged, can he find the kill? The Satchel Charge plus the autos is enough. Raikage got the last one alive for RTT as it's a double kill for Boar. They're looking for him, but I don't think they'll be able to track down the Echo. He's very fast with that phase dive. And Lexus is just going to continue split pushing. He's got the ultimate available. Vibon looking for Raikage God. They get the knock up into another knock up. The Shen ult being popped. He's got enough time to be able to chrono break back. And Hulk will fall in the process. The taunt coming back through. Raikage God so low. Can they actually finish it off? A nice sidestep by him. The happy feet. Does Winged actually finish this one off? They can't on the top side of the fight. Boar continuing with a little bit more damage onto Banana, but that's not going to matter. They actually can't finish off Raikage God.
That was crazy, but the whole time Lexus was just splitting bottom and he takes the entire turret. That man is just so incredibly rich. He's spending 2,000 more gold. Oh my god, this dragon fight. You know, just a complete counter to last game where this time around ROTM is coming out on top of these skirmishes. RTT taking advantage of the resets here. Though teleports are coming in.
Yeah, teleports right into the face from Vibon, but he has no ult. He interrupted the Keeper's verdict, and it's a steal for Vibon! The Mega Inferno Bomb gets a kill. Banana's low. He's down as well. It's Lexus jumping in finally. Paragon trying to do his best, but he can't do anything. Raikage God phase dives over the wall, but ROTM with the clutch play. Vibon steals the dragon with the cheese wheel.
And Hulk Stopping the keeper's verdict was so
Oh,
massive.
Raikage God looking to get the turn. A little bit of damage down onto Wing
Oh
Nation, but
no,
he's
the
got the satchel
Resuratops here.
charge back over the wall. I don't know if he's slippery enough to get out of that 1v4, but doesn't look like RTM's going to pursue.
Uh, what an insane game. Hulk stopping Poppy from just immediately ulting ulting away the teleporting in V-Bond. That was so massive for that fight. Wow. That's just compare this to the last game and our team just looks entirely different. Every single fight going their way. They're playing it so well. Banana not wanting anything to do with a recalling cow there, but wow. Um just to recap though, RTT Echo's still pretty strong. Aeolios also still pretty strong. So, they have the potential to make some duo plays.
Oh,
Lexus, face
Lexus
checking.
walking into Dardoch Fanboy. He's got a 2-level advantage, and they have the Malphite ultimate. The Moonfall finishes him off. Aeolios trying to kite back away. Raikage God looking to join in. The Mega Inferno Bomb not doing a whole lot, but Lexus back in, finishes off 1. Can he finish off 2? The Chrono Break is there. Banana in, gets the hammer, Keeper's Verdict into the hammer shot. Can Raikage God find the turn? But now here's Boar, gets knocked back away by the Poppy. Banana playing this pretty well.
No way
Paragon though in
Raikage
trouble,
got gets
gets
away
knocked
that.
into the wall. Raikage God trying to kite back out, but he's got his ultimate back up.
Oh!
Boar finishes him off before he can get the shield from the W. Banana low. Lexus doesn't have another dash though, so that'll be the disengage from top lane, but RTM again getting a small advantage. Oh, Boar looking forward,
no!
but he gets the Shen ultimate on top of him. Boar gets locked down. The taunt comes through. Heal from Boar isn't... Oh, it is enough to finish off 1. He'll fall to the burn. It's a 950 gold shutdown. Paragon in trouble in the mid lane gets bought back in, and the ultimate doesn't do him any good. Wing finishes that one off. There's fights across the map, but RTM coming out just a little bit in the advantage. That shutdown onto Aeolios, though, he's the largest member right now for RTT. 4 kills and the 950 gold shutdown off of that last play.
It's a pretty significant amount of money. Raikage God trying to make something happen, but just gets
Hulk?
headbutted away. Hulk.
The Pulverized trying to do anything he can. He's going to be sacrificed to the Wolves there. Dardoch Fanboy finishes him off. Raikage God has to sidestep those
Oh, Ezreal?
mines.
Ezreal?
Oh,
Aww,
okay. Well,
sad.
all right, 18-8. 6,000 gold lead for ROTM. Yeah, it's night and day between last game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, RTM, and all of it coming off of that initial fight, that initial 2v2 mid lane where Lexus was able to save just, a botched early game, just an awful start. And everything is just sort of stemmed from that. Just, it's been so massive. He has a finished Riftmaker. He do be pretty strong though, 6-0-8 so far. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on 9,000 gold to 5,000 for Dardoch Fanboy, who is kind of limping along toward his Gourd Drinker. Unfortunately for him, there you'll finally finish it off. Looked like he was waiting for a combine. Oh no, he just got recalled, I guess. So he's got his Gourd Drinker plus his Merc Treads to counter. But yeah, let's have the same talks we were having last game then. What does it look like for RTT to get back in the game this time?
They still have a lot of potential with the Shen to try and get picks. Whether that's engaging with Echo or engaging with Xin Shao, there's potential there.
Yeah, Raikage God looking for a little damage onto Hulk. They're sweeping through. I don't have objective timers on. There we go. Was panicked at the start of the game because my game broke. Rightfully so. 30 seconds to go on the Cloud Dragon would be soul point for ROTM. Bibon taking a little chunk there from Raikage God. That is going all right for Raikage God, but they can't quite find the damage onto Vibon to lock him down. And now ROTM will be able to swing in from the top side and push RTT back out of the pit. Or maybe they're going to call the bluff. They're going to trade this dragon for some damage in mid lane. They're dropping Sheila in exchange for this. The dragon's going to be rushed down. It's going to delay the Cloud
pressure
Soul.
inhibitor.
But yeah, they're looking to pressure inhibitor. Oh, that was almost in time. The True Shot Barrage nicely timed there from Boar, but Yeah, they're continuing through. They have the satchel charges from Ziggs. Inhibitor turret's just down. Inhibitor will get charged into by Sheila as well. RTT may be looking to collapse. Is this going to be their fight?
They have
Can they
Shen
even
ult
pick a fight
available.
right now? They have Shen
But
Ultimate
yeah,
available, but Dardoch Fanboy just takes that bouncing bomb to the face, and RTM gets away with murder, basically. They get 2 towers and an inhibitor at 17.5 minutes in exchange for a Cloud Dragon.
yeah, no, that was good. They decided that, they'd lucked into the last dragon. No reason to fight for this one. Just push, push, push. They have Ziggs, and they just get everything for it. Inhibitor, probably a little bit early in the game to actually be picking up that inhibitor, but when you're the superior scaling team, I don't think it's all bad. Um, especially if they're able to continue to cart the Ziggs around lane to lane and just pick up every single turret on the map. I think that that's their path to continuing this game.
Yeah, they're looking for the collapse on Vbon now. Get the taunt into the wall slam, but he's able to escape. The Mega Inferno Bomb not doing a whole lot there from Wing. Banana gets the shield from the Shen to try to get out Keeper's Verdict and to knock him away. Hulk is just staying on top of him though. Vbon finishes off with the cheese wheel. Double knock up as Wing continuing to chase him down this very long lane at this point. And Dardoch Fanboy has to use the ultimate defensively. But the rest of the collapse coming in. Boar is along the side. The
Oh,
knock up, the flash knock up from Hulk. He knocks Aeolios into the wall as well. They'll eventually be able to track down the Shen as he's headed to the wrong side of the rift. And ROTM again strikes back. They find 3 kills. We're watching Paragon very intently. He's got just a sliver of health left. It
it
looks like
looks like he,
Lexus might have found him.
oh, oh,
Oh no!
oh
Oh no!
no!
All right. Well,
Oh, superhero minion. Oh, you hate to see it.
yeah, just slapped him down.
In ROTM, yeah, they're just carting the Ziggs around, taking advantage of the numbers, and with this poke with the Ezreal.
Oh,
Oh,
Raikage God, that's a
Raikage God.
huge stun, but there's just no follow-up. He has to chrono break back out. Banana can't really follow up. He's just the support Poppy right now. True Shot
That
Barrage
is
not...
good damage. That
Yeah.
is going to stop ROTM from continuing to push, so that's pretty good for RTT, considering what they should be expecting. But Baron is spawning in 30 seconds, and RTM might be able to just force them to fight there. And right now, with the almost 9k gold lead, you'd assume it'd go in their favor, and we see a pause.
Yep, just a pause. No explanation just yet, but we'll hang out. Again, ROTM firmly in the driver's seat of game number 4, mid DC. So hopefully Raikage God can reconnect here. But yeah,
Yeah.
for ROTM, it's about continuing just to keep the tempo up, finish off the game here in quick fashion, and advance to the punch through ticket to the semifinals. For RTT, how long do you think they need to stall realistically to get back in?
One issue. One good thing about Echo is about the only scaling assassin in the entire game. As the game goes on, his ability to assassinate you still goes up. Most of them hard cap at like 25, 30 minutes. They just can't kill you anymore. Echo has the potential to scale. The issue is that the rest of ROTM just outscales the rest of RTT. They have the team fight potential. I feel like RTT really needs like an insane fight at Baron where Raikage God is able to pick up like 4 kills, and then they just need to pick RTM over and over. It's kind of the only option. Either that or maybe you give up Elder, or not you give up Soul in order to contest Elder and try and steal it. Maybe with a stolen Elder you can get a shot back at this, but as it is, our team hasn't been letting up. They're just carting the Ziggs around, just taking every objective on the map, and if they pick up Baron, stalling to the Elder, even if you want to give them the the Dragon Soul, it's very difficult to last that long at this point.
Yeah. Um, no update just yet on what's going on with Raikage God. Hopefully everything's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see. I don't have a bracket available. I was gonna look and see if I could get some insight into who these lads might be playing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good if we have it available.
Wouldn't it though? Oh, I do have it. Look at me go. All right, so the winner is going to play the winner of Moon Crew Gaming and Glaive Esports Rose. So the 1 seed and the 9 seed doing battle up on the top side. Hasn't been turned in yet, so um, yeah, actually, none of these quarterfinal matches have been turned in yet, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe a lot of longer game. I guess 2 of them got rescheduled, so maybe that's not surprising.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know which one didn't get rescheduled, um, but yeah.
that'll be interesting then. You know, um, is this a league where like they're all default scheduled for like Thursday?
Yep, for Thursday at this time. So, oh, they're on the Legends channel right now. I could just peek in at that, I guess.
Okay,
That might
that
be
sounds good.
worthwhile. Yeah, again, sorry, no update just yet on the pause. We're kind of just chilling. Okay, 2-1 for Glaive right now. They're loading into Game 4, it looks like right now. They have the draft up. So if you want to check that one out, it's Legends Esports GG.
You can just restream it, right?
I could, I guess. I I don't know that there's
You don't have to.
necessarily a rule against it. Um, yeah,
That'd give us something to look at.
let me pull it up really quick.
Oh, it looks like we
Oh,
might have gotten ours in the chat,
oh,
so
yep, never mind. Well,
we stalled long enough.
we'll keep that in mind for next time. We could potentially restream that. I don't want to take their viewers away, but at the same time, gives us
Well, I
something to
mean,
do during a pause.
I assume we'd be giving them the host afterwards. You know, it's
Yeah.
just investing viewers.
All right. Again, we have ours in the chat. Okay, they're back. So here we go. Back into game. Just to quickly catch you up to speed. 8,500 gold lead for Return of the Middlesticks. 1 dragon advantage. Baron Nashor going to spawn for the first time here in 7 seconds. And there's our game-breaking
The
pause,
classic
unfortunately.
pause.
El Clasico. Hopefully the internet doesn't die at the same time, because that would, leave us perma-stuck here. But
Well, I have
we're
oh,
moving.
there
All
we
right,
go.
there we go. So our team headed toward the Baron, looking to set up some vision control around that. Do you even contest if you're RTT, or do you think you have to give this one?
I mean, maybe if you steal, you still just lose the game. I don't even know. It's difficult. You know, maybe Echo can like peek in with a Shen ult and try and pick off a kill or something, but I really do think, stealing an Elder might be your only shot at winning this game at this point.
Yeah, Hulk even getting that deep vision up on the top side. There's no contest from RTT, and Baron is slain on spawn basically by RTM. So 20:33 on the clock. They're wearing the purple buffs, and Zanya's Hourglass finished for Lexus, Horizon Focus for Winged. You have the Glacial Shroud, the start of the Frozen Heart. They're looking to track down Hulk, it looks like, to start everything off, as Raikage got Banana getting
Oh
after it.
my
But that
god.
bouncing bomb, oh my god. About half of his health just casually there from Wing Nation with that Horizon Focus.
He do be doing damage though.
Yeah. As it turns out, if he throws those farther, they do more damage. So that's kind of neat. Dardoch Fanboy looking for the flank, but Hulk finds him out. They land the Crescent Strike onto him. No damage just yet, but the ultimate from Vbon is going to be able to pick him up. Banana gets chunked out low as well. They're diving forward. They invest the Shen ultimate, but a huge moonfall for the suck-in. Double kill for Vbon as they're continuing to chase down Raikage God and Aeolios, the last 2 left alive for Rising Tide Tsunami. Aeolios gets chunked through, almost down, but he stays alive for the time being. Inhibitor gonna fall. Flash is being expended in a little bit of joy here from ROTM. Headbutt away onto Raikage-gon. Nexus turret number 1 falls. The dash forward from Lexus finishes off the kill. They lose Hulk, but yeah, what a dominant game number 4 from Return of the Middlesticks. Lexus and Aeolios going to scrap this one out here at the end of the game as Nexus falls. A 3-1 series victory for Return of the Middlesticks. and they'll advance to the semifinals to play the winner of Glaive Esports Rose and Moon Crew Gaming.
That was a banger to end it off on. Just such a massive swing compared to the last game where RTT just was in complete and total control. This time around, ROTM doing a really good job there of having the I don't know, a stronger composition and just snowballing from the early game. Just really well played there.
Yeah. Shout out to a lot of people for their follows tonight. It does really help us out. If you don't follow the stream, please hit the follow button. Um, and hopefully show up for some more streams and continue to support us. Um, our next stream is going to be Monday night, week 2 of UML. I didn't look to see who they were playing, but look forward to that. And yeah, that's it. Again, congratulations to the boys. 3-1 victory. I assume we're going to work it out so that we have their stream next week as well, but we might not. So we'll see. But yeah, join us back Monday night for oh, never mind. They rescheduled the game, didn't they? Heck, I'm already out of it. What did they change it to? I can't see the reschedule time. Oh, there it is. 7/8 at 8 p.m. Eastern. Um, Thursday. Never mind. All right. Well, Thursday, I guess we're gonna have a game. Whether it's UML or whether it's LRS remains to be seen. But yeah, that'll be it for us this week. Thank you guys for joining us, and go support the Legends stream. We'll go ahead and raid them here in a second. That's again the other quarterfinal going on right now. Glaive Esports Rose versus Moon Crew Gaming as they head into game number 4. All right, bye.
Bye.